Yo, so welcome to the stream, Ritika. Welcome to the stream. How you guys doing? क्या तेज स्ट्रीम नहीं कर रहा क्या या उसकी स्ट्रीम में खत्म हो गई? What is Teज doing? हम्म 10:30 बजे स्ट्रीम करेगा. I'm doing good. What about you? Same. Doing great. ये सोएब is goat. If you know, you know. हैं? क्या मतलब? बकरा है तू बकरा?
You know what? The Windbloom Festival should be coming up. We haven't been to Mondstadt in a while. Come on, let's go check up on all our old friends.
Sure. पहले लेकिन मेरे को लगाई था. And we are done with racing.
Thank you for Add Astra.
मैंने सुबह से नहीं खेली भाई ये गेम. मेरे को डेली खेलनी पड़ती है. कर अबे क्या चल रहा है चैट में? व्हाट द फक? There you go. मैं इसको पिन कर देता हूँ. ये कौन सी गेम है? मतलब कॉन्टेक्स्ट क्या है? इट्स लाइक अ स्टोरी गेम. कह सकते हो स्टोरी गेम है. गाचा गेम है वैसे. गाचा गेम समझती है? जो गेम्स पे विशिंग वगैरह करके कैरेक्टर्स को अनलॉक कर सकते हो. ठीक है. क्रिट टाइम अटैक इज इंक्रीज्ड बाय 12. अप्पा की तो शांगलिंग लग रही है पर बैठा है. एक सिंगल विश पड़ी है मेरे पे. Should I wish? ये क्या खुल रहा है? मैं हिस्ट्री देखना चाह रहा था. नो 4 स्टार क्लोज. मेरे को ये चाहिए था. चेंज हुआ है क्या ये? New character. We're gonna try her. New quest. New boss. Whoa. न्यू बॉस आया भाई. न्यू बॉस. एक दिन समर टाइम सागा गेम खेल के देख. मस्त गेम है. तुमने पहले भी बोला था शायद ये मेरे को. मैं ये करना भूल जा रहा था भाई. कितने हफ्तों से करना भूल रहा हूँ मैं ये. बता पेट में कर चुका हूँ शायद. इसलिए भूल गया था. Claim that all. सब कुछ यूजुअल स्टफ करते हैं, फिर उसके बाद क्वेस्ट से शुरू करेंगे स्टोरी इसकी जो नेक्स्ट आई है। आई थिंक इनमें से कुछ भी यूज कर सकता हूँ। गाइस लाइक द स्ट्रीम एंड डू सब्सक्राइब टू द चैनल। आई ऑलरेडी सेड दैट, चैट में पिन भी कर दिया। बास्केट ऑफ टो ठीक है। Fuck? ये क्या आ गया भाई? मैं तो भूल भी गया था ये चीज इसके अंदर है। ओह लास्ट देख दिया मुझे। ऐसे थोड़ा इमोजी डालो सोएब हो जाएगा। एक दिन में 10 के सब्स हो जाएगा। मैं एक दिन में या एक दिन?
This road. If you ever...
एक दिन में नॉट पॉसिबल। रोनाल्डो सेज अदरवाइज। रोनाल्डो के कई सारे यूट्यूबर्स होंगे जिनके एक दिन में ऐसे हो गए होंगे 10 के सबसे ज़्यादा। मिस्टर बीस्ट ने जितने सारे चैनल खोल रखे, क्या लगता है एक दिन में नहीं हुए होंगे उसके? मॉन्स्टैट जाना ना, मॉन्स्टैट चल। अगर समर टाइम सागा खेलोगे तो एक दिन में हो जाएंगे। मैं भी चेक की कैसी गेम। समर टाइम सागा एडल्ट जरूर हो जाएंगे, पक्का हो जाएंगे भाई। पर ये रोनाल्डो थोड़ी है, ये भी होता है। नहीं खेलनी भाई मेरे को ऐसी गेम। What the fuck? नहीं खेलनी ऐसी गेम, नहीं करनी इतनी जल्दी। अबे ये क्या हुआ था? Where's the quest? This one? और पहले टेस्ट रन करते हैं, नए कैरेक्टर को देखते कैसे। 18+ गेम है, तभी कह रहा है तू 10,000 एक दिन में हो जाएंगे, और उसके बाद एक दिन में चैनल पे वो हो जाएगा। रीस्टीम क्या लिखा है? The cooking mech created by Asrock elements will follow the current active character and shoot and fire shots toward nearby opponents at intervals that deals cryo damage. अब burst वाले HP रिस्टोर करता है सभी पार्टी मेंबर्स की, क्रायो डैमेज करता है, हाइड्रो और क्रायो रेजिस्टेंस ड्रॉप करती है। ओके बस ना, शांगलिंग नहीं है।
Rain cutter. Rain outlines your fate.
Providing cover fire. Let's keep going.
Goose on the loose.
That looks
Hey!
nice.
Commencing cleanup. Frost is coming. Hey! Frost is coming.
डैमेज तो बढ़ गया ना।
Getting here.
Witness the power of Gua. The pinnacle of excellence.
Now's our chance. Dead reckoning. Frost is coming. Hey! Frost is coming.
बड़ी जल्दी हो गया। तो अब देख लिया चैनल से जाएगा अगर खेला तो सही में। 26K व्यूज ऑन समर टाइम्स आएगा क्रेजी। व्हाट द फक, किसके? इसका वाइटी की बात चल रही है। आई हैव दिस कैरेक्टर।
Going in! You're toast! Fire! Well, with rocks.
हाय और गायब।
Hey there! Booba, get them! Hey there! Attack! That's the way.
ऐसे ही खत्म। इसके YouTube चैनल की बात हो रही है, किसने कर दी ये एक वो ये भी तो नया करेक्टर है, ये भी देखें तो टिक है क्या, क्या बात चल रही है एक्ट में जोएब, किस चीज़ की बात कर रहे हैं? किसी के चैनल पे कही थी किसी ने सब और कई सारे सब्सक्राइब बढ़ गए एक दिन में, खेली थी मतलब उसने।
Up and away!
Let me weave you a verse. Huh? Rain.
By royal decree.
Go! You're free now! Be free! Find the wind! Come here, you little rascal!
Let it, eh? बस Yeah, don't need to do that. रितिका ने समर टाइम सागा वाईटी पे देखा, गूगल में नहीं। हाँ तो किसी का चैनल आया होगा ना। हुआ ये मॉन्स्टर से है।
Hurry up, Grassa!
About to enter story mode. Continue. Yeah.
Wow! The city is all decked out! Oh, it's beautiful!
ये सब छोड़ो, वो कब आ रहा है नया एंजल आर्किपेलागो आइलैंड वाला? भाई मिस कर रहा हूँ मैं उसे, पता नहीं क्यों।
Festival season means no commissions, which means no Mora. But Catherine's always looking out for us, so we should still drop by and say hello.
Sure, let's go.
Greetings, traveler. Paimon.
Add as Travis,
Catherine?
whatever you say.
Still doing the whole no commissions during Windbloom thing?
No.
In general, yes. The people of Mondstadt don't delegate their work to others this time of year.
नहीं
But
cute है ये फेरी। Yeah, sure.
But
इस
feel
फेरी का
free
नाम
to take a look
पाइमोन है,
around.
and
I
she's an
think you'll pick
emergency
up on
food.
something unusual.
take a look around, huh?
चलो इसको क्यूट को ना और ज्यादा ब्राइट कर देते ताकि और क्यूट लगे। एक बार सेटिंग में ऑप्शन
It's finally Windbloom. And here I am ruining everything.
Beatrice.
You're a bit tired. No big deal. Give it
Pokémon
some
Black and
time.
White खेल एक
How
दिन।
about doing something
हाँ
fun
मैंने
tonight?
खेली नहीं है भाई वो।
We could
मैंने
take a
Pokémon
stroll
Fire Red खेल
or
ली,
go stargazing.
Leaf Green खेल ली, Yellow खेल ली, Blue
Stargazing?
खेल ली,
Like we'll find a
और
spot. You know people
Johto
start
वाली जो थी
reserving
वो
places on Star Snatch Cliff the moment the sun goes
Heart Soul
down.
क्या है उसका नाम? मेरे को नाम याद नहीं आ रहा।
Sorry, I'm just
Black and White नहीं
not
खेली
in the
मैंने।
mood. I should go.
Whoa!
और मैंने लेटेस्ट वाली जो वो
Something's off with
3DS वाली है वो
Beatrice.
भी नहीं खेली है।
She would never give up a
जितनी भी
chance
आई
to
थी
talk to
3DS,
Quinn.
XY,
This is weird.
ओमेगा है उसका।
Oh, you're
Hello.
leaving?
हाँ,
I
ये एक
can
मिनट।
walk you home.
Okay.
No, it's okay. Thank you. I just need some time to myself. Besides, there's still something I need to do. The truth is, Quinn, not long ago,
What is it? Is there something
is it?
wrong?
Never mind. It's nothing. Actually, Quinn,
मुझे भी खेलना है Black and
I
White।
think we should stop
खेल ले
seeing
फिर।
each other for now.
मेरा Pokemon गेम्स
Huh?
खेलने का मन तो करता है।
Wait, are you saying we can't be friends anymore? I thought we were best friends.
Friends?
Did you see that?
Fire Red भी।
Beatrice ran off without looking back. Oh, we go
जब
adventuring
PC
in
नहीं था
other
वही तो
nations
गेम्स थी
for
जो
a bit.
खेलता था
And one of
फोन में।
Mondstadt's best love, friendship stories is already
Maybe they-
over.
Just working out the kinks.
So, is this what you meant by a unusual, Catherine.
This is just one example. Beatrice has been feeling down for days. But that's not all.
Oh, it's the honorary knight in Paimon.
Is something wrong? You don't look so good.
I know a knight should be stronger than this, but I haven't been feeling right lately. I just can't focus.
Yeah, me too. Exam चल रहा है, मैं focus नहीं कर पा
I started sleepwalking out of nowhere.
रहा.
Sometimes I'd even wake up in the middle of the night standing in a random location outside.
Huh?
You should see a doctor.
Yeah, definitely.
I did, but all the tests came back normal. The doctor said I'm fine.
Strange.
Yeah, I even consulted Miss Barbara at the church, but her conclusion was the same. In any case, she was kind enough to pray to Lord Barbados for me to get better.
भाई भूत
Is it-
प्रेत आ गया इसके अंदर.
Is
Sorry
it because I
तुझे
saw something I wasn't
बाबा
meant to
बोलना
see?
भूल गया.
Sorry, this is for me to figure out. It is Windbloom after all. Anyway, I have patrol to finish. Until next time, you two.
See ya. मोटा निकल यहाँ से. पता नहीं तुझे कैसे सिक्योरिटी वगैरह के अंदर जॉब मिल गई.
Huh. Is it something in the air, maybe?
अरे दोना
It
तू भी.
appears Miss Donna is also out of sorts.
Oh, where can I find a truly fascinating man?
अरे डीलुक के बारे में भूल गई डोना.
But Donna is the one who has a huge crush on
Ah,
Luke, right?
That's what I thought too. But she seems to have changed her mind.
भैया. Yo.
Is that Captain Kaya? Huh. Now that I look at him, he's exactly my type. How come I never felt this way before?
Sus. अबे यार ये इसकी आवाज क्यों नहीं आ रही? I'm flattered, Miss Sona. Although I do wonder whether that was intended for outside ears.
Oh, no. Of course not. I'm sorry, Captain. Just pretend I didn't say anything. And, have a happy Windbloom.
Yeah, happy Windbloom. I tend to, my dear. But first, a question, if you don't mind. Why the sudden change of heart? I was under the impression Master Tilo was the object of your affection. इसकी तरह बोलने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ जैसे बोलता है,
Good
but I don't think so.
question, Kaya.
So, you knew about that? Well, Master Dilu came into the city not too long ago, but when I saw him, it was like the butterflies just weren't there anymore. If I had to compare it to something, it would be like waking up and realizing you're married to a man you
Back,
don't love.
welcome back.
But then I saw you. And it wasn't that something was different about you. I can't really explain it. It was just a feeling.
Sus. I understand, and I'm flattered I was able to bring back the butterflies. But I do need to see to some business, so I'll take my leave. इसकी तरह बोलना
Here
मुश्किल.
he comes. Well, surprised to see us?
Not really. Not at all. You are the exact two people I've been trying to find. So Jatin to nahi bola. So traveler, Paimon, how have you been? All good. How about yourself and the rest of the Knights of Avenius? The answer to that question, and the answer to that requires a private conversation. Catherine, do you mind?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Have fun, you three.
So, you said you were looking for us.
Oh. Yes, Jean sent me to find you. Discuss कहाँ से आ गया? She sent me to find you when she heard you and you are back in Mondstadt, but let's discuss the find detail back at the headquarters. मेरे से पढ़ाई नहीं जा रहा भाई, what the fuck? जतिन वेट करके महीने है आज देख के आया क्या? मच्छे क्या देख के आया? कहाँ जाना है? नाइट्स के हेडक्वार्टर. अरे हाँ मैं shit, I can't go back.
Yeah, skyward, scatter. Yeah.
All right, nerd, old age guy. कैसे हो? Explain the sentence. सही में ना लिखती क्या? इसको लिखना ही नहीं आता. Yo, Yula.
Ah, Kaya. You found them.
Hell yeah. Yep, and I managed to track them down.
Good. With what's about to happen, it's great to have you in town.
Whoa, headquarters are packed. What's going on?
Honorary Knight Paimon. Oh, it's an honor to meet you. I believe introductions are in order?
इस बंदे की आवाज नहीं है ये जो है यहाँ पे इसकी जो ये कोई कैरेक्टर की कोई जानकारी नहीं है कि जिसको हम जानते तक नहीं है उसकी आवाज है क्या कर रहे हो बॉयवर्स इसकी काया allow me you have not captain of the second company Scaron captain of the third company you are captain of the fourth company ये दोनों कैप्टन है and me of course captain of the ninth company ये कैप्टन है दोनों भाई सारे सेम लग रहे हैं बस हेयर स्टाइल डिफरेंट है व्हाट द फक व्हाट इज दिस ये दोनों कैप्टन है भाई हाँ
Oh, you're all captains?
वेट कर कोलकाता का मैच है वो देख के आया अच्छा मचे है मचे मैच नहीं है मचे है
That's right. Master Jean is waiting for you inside.
भाई ये कैप्टन कैसे है बस हेयर स्टाइल डिफरेंट है दोनों सेम दिख रहे हैं
Jean!
यो जीन व्हाट्स अप इसकी भी आवाज नहीं है Jatin Paimon, thanks for coming. Is everything all right? There are tons of people outside. Ah, yes. That would be our captains. Would be the captains. You know a few of them already. But I'm sure there are some new faces. There have been a number of incidents in Mondstadt. In order to wrap up the case, we gathered all the captains of Knights of Harmonious together to hold the trial.
A trial? But this is Mondstadt, not Fontaine.
What the fuck? Lame. I can understand the confusion. You have never participated in one of our trials before. In truth, we haven't had to conduct one in quite some time. The Knights of Harmonious oversees most matters of law and orders in Mondstadt. Of course, in the interest of fairness, major cases are tried jointly with the church. Under the guidance of Barbados, the Knights hold chivalric justice in the spirit of our order, and the church gives blessing and goodwill whatever the wind can reach, wherever the reach. And today's case requires a joint trial by both parties.
Which means it's a serious one. So, do you need our help?
Hold on, the group of people we saw in the corridor just now. There was someone missing. Where's Albedo?
Right! He's the captain of the investigation team. But we didn't see him out there.
Yeah, good point. Keen observation, traveler. That happens to be exactly why I called you here. In the upcoming trial against we will do our utmost to understand the facts of this case and deliver a fair and impartial verdict.
Albedo is the one on trial?
What did it do?
What did he do?
मुझे कैसे समझा पता नहीं अरे भाई Jean, it's time. Understood. Traveler, Paimon, come with me. KKR Kolkata Knight Riders. I don't know. Oh, D-Look bhi hai yahan pe. Yo. Please sit wherever you like. I only ask that you remain calm no matter what you hear. I need to head over there. Don't worry, the trial will be fair. I'm pretty sure वो Albedo जिसकी बात कर रहे हो वो वाला है जो क्लोन था बहुत पहले की बात है बहुत पहले. Now that everyone is gathered, let us begin. With Grandmaster work away from Concept for the time being, I, Jean Gunhilder, will oversee today's proceedings. What the fuck? Who is this guy? Mr. Dahlia, deacon of the Church of Harmonious, will serve as assessor. As a representative of our respective organization, we will ensure a just verdict in this case. ये कोलकाता नाइट राइडर मैं भी वही बोला.
Oh, that's a new face. Deacon of the church. Does that mean he works with Barba and Rosaria?
न्यू कैरेक्टर, 2 न्यू कैरेक्टर आए, एक तो अभी लॉन्च भी हो गई और एक ये. The defendant in today's case is the captain of the investigation team, Albedo. Yo, Albedo, what's up? Albedo, what did you do? Captain aspect of this case are classified. Certain aspect of this case are classified, and it remains uncertain whether the alleged victims are citizen of Monster. As such, this trial is not open to the public. The identities of the victim are still unknown. Strange. If guilt is established in this case, all facts will be made public after the final verdict is delivered. Now, the captain of the logistic company, Miss Hertha, will present the charges. The court appoints Mr. Kea to speak on Mr. Albedo's behalf. Are both parties ready to proceed? So, सही में trial चल रहा है. What the fuck? Yes.
Ready to proceed.
हंसी आ रही है गाया के ऊपर. आवाज नहीं है बंदे पे. Miss Hertha, the floor is yours.
Prior to this trial, the Knights of Favonius, in conjunction with the church, launched an investigation into Mr. Albedo for suspected murder and unlawful disposal of human remains.
Huh?
Murder?
Albedo, what did he do? ये Albedo नहीं है. इसके यहाँ पे देखो. What the fuck? ये Albedo नहीं है.
A witness stated that, 11 days ago, in the middle of the night, she saw the defendant southeast of the city gates, dragging a large object she later identified as a human body.
No. There's no way.
That's not Albedo, भाई.
We now call that witness to the stand. Beatrice, please tell us what you saw.
Beatrice. So, is that what she was trying to tell Quinn earlier?
Well, I was out late that night on business. And when I came back, I saw someone in the moonlight that looked like Mr. Albedo. He was dragging a huge bag of some kind.
Albedo कोई
I thought
खींच
it
रहा
was
था.
strange, so I followed him.
तुम लोगों को नहीं पता होगा क्या बात कर रहा हूँ.
There was a sudden flash of golden light. The bag opened, and inside there was a body.
He changed something into a body. I guess he was trying an experiment.
Mr. Albedo's vision allows him to manipulate the ground with ease. So he buried it, and then removed any traces on the ground. Before he left, it seemed like he looked in my direction. Maybe it was just my imagination, but I was terrified thinking he might kill me too. Luckily, he didn't see me.
Albedo is really smart. वो ऐसे गलती नहीं करेगा. I now turn to the defendant. Describe your whereabouts that night. इसकी भी आवाज नहीं है. I was working in my office on the second floor of the Knights of Favonius headquarters. That's right, the next day the defendant submitted his latest environmental report on the Dragonspine region. Considering the length of the text, it must have taken a considerable amount of time to finish.
Can anyone attest to the fact that the defendant was working in his office that night?
No.
Then
No.
the length of the report is not a sufficient alibi.
Then what is?
This isn't looking good.
This isn't looking good. If the crime did occur as you described, then what about the body? You mentioned the joint investigation. Well, was the body recovered?
Not yet.
In other words, you dug up the location which Beatrice described and found nothing. You don't find that suspicious.
I know what I saw. I'm telling the truth, Miss Hertha, I swear. Also, didn't you say that speaking out would help protect the people of Mondstadt? Otherwise, I'd never put myself out here like this.
मेरी किस्मत में ही पढ़ना नहीं लिखा है. Welcome to the Shimgur. मेरी में भी सही बात. I agree. Me too.
You're doing the right thing. Besides, the investigation wasn't fruitless. A single man's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes near the crime scene. The same location the witness described.
What?
If no crime occurred, then is all this just a coincidence?
इंडिया ने किया था ना भाई. तू क्या बात कर रहा है? अटैक कर दिया मतलब? तो उसकी न्यूज़ पढ़ने लग गया। Same location the witness described it. No crime occurred, and is all this just a coincidence? And yet no victim has been identified, correct?
It's true. No one has been reported missing. However, Miss Beatrice harbors no ill will toward the defendant. Her
Well, attack कर
testimony
दिया इंडिया ने
clearly
तो
points to a
you
crime,
want to
but
take
she
the
has no
information? अबे
reason to
भाई
lie.
पहले पढ़ तो ले भाई, पेपर तो दे ले, इन्फॉर्मेशन तो पेपर के बाद भी ले सकता है। पढ़ने सुनने भी नहीं दिया तूने क्या बोला उसने। It's true. No one has been reported missing. However, Miss Beatrice harbors no ill will towards the defendant. Her testimony clearly points to a crime, and she has no reason to lie. Does the defendant wish to say anything in response? You may believe otherwise, Miss Hartha, but I did not kill a single person. As a knight and the captain of the investigation team, I have a duty to protect Monster and its people. You accuse me of murder, but there's no body or motive.
The defendant raises an important point. Motive. Yet, I must be frank, not all murders are premeditated.
अब पता लगा कि GTA 6
Spontaneous
क्यों
conflict can also have unforeseen
क्यों भाई?
consequences.
बता, इंडिया से रिलेशन है कुछ?
Nevertheless, I don't intend to prosecute this case
तेरी
on
information तू dig जो कर रहा था
circumstantial
उसमें
evidence
GTA 6 आ गया
alone,
कहीं
which
पे।
brings me to the second charge against Mr. Albedo.
Second charge?
Now we will be able to say we got World War 3 before this. Hopefully not. Hopefully नहीं, सही में please not. It's not worth all the damage.
7 days ago, at dawn, a witness saw the defendant dispose of the body of an adult male in the area between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery.
A witness saw a defendant disposing of the body.
I now call the second witness to the stand.
अरे मैं कह रहा हूँ वो दूसरा एल्बेडो है, वो
Wait,
फेक बॉडीज डाल रहा है। D-Luke Ragnar with D-Luke? Please tell the court what you saw. D-Luke की भी आवाज नहीं है। At around 3:40 in the morning. What the fuck are you doing 3:40 in the morning in a cold area? I saw Mr. Albert dispose of a body beneath a cliff. It was dark, but he used the power of Geo to illuminate his surroundings. From what I could tell, it looked like the body of an adult male, tall and thin, but I couldn't make out the age. He buried the body underneath the cliff and smoothed out the ground to remove any traces.
We now have accounts from 2 separate witnesses that describe the same modus operandi. Would you call that a coincidence?
तो दिल्ली का है, खतरा तुझे ज़्यादा है, वो भी बात है, सही कह रहा है। मेरे विलेज गूगल मैप तक पे भी नहीं है, कहाँ मिसाइल आएगी, वो भी बात सही कह रहा है। मेरे एक दोस्त से बात हुई थी जो शायद दिल्ली नेपाल में रहता है शायद, उसके शायद फैमिली में से उसकी दादी वगैरह यहाँ रहती है इंडिया में, तो वह उसको घर पे बुला रहे वापस इस फाइट के चक्कर में कि उसके घर पे रहेगी उसकी दादी। हाई सीरियस हो रहा है सब। I would only inquire as to what Mr. Dilluk was doing in that area so early in the morning, not the most opportune time for a stroll. Is there such a thing? Don't worry, it's my home. It's not unusual for me to take walk in the area. I just happen to be in the right place at right time, that's all. Master Dilluk is a well-respected figure in Mondstadt. I see no reason for him to frame Mr. Albedo. Yet, the question remains, where are the bodies?
Before you suggest a lack
Angry
of
Gaming, welcome to the
evidence,
stream,
Mr.
भाई।
Kaya,
मेरे गले में
you should know.
गोली फंस
After the
गई?
defendant
क्या
left
कर
that
रहा हूँ?
morning, the witness
कर रही थी?
found
What the fuck?
this where the body was buried.
This is what looks like the teeth and femur of a human. Now it does beg the question, if the burial was fresh, why is this all the remains of the body? I suppose Mr. is the only one who can answer that. Femur, what's a femur? Leg के पास होता है ना? I don't know. I'm not a bio student. Yeah, hips मतलब thighs वाला हिस्सा। thighs की हड्डी को बोलते हैं फीमर, what the fuck? We are talking about दूसरी वाली गोली। Careful now, Mr. Dilu. I do believe I hear a presumption of guilt in there somewhere.
These remains suggest an accelerated rate of decomposition. Considering the defendant's profession, there's reason to suspect that alchemy is at play here.
बात तो सही है.
Both
Alchemy is like
witnesses saw
science in
golden
the game,
light,
by.
a known byproduct of alchemy. That's how the defendant destroyed the bodies. The light also explains how the witnesses were able to get a clear view of the events in the dark.
So that's your angle, alchemy. A logical assessment, but we have a witness of our own. The afternoon before the alleged second murder, Mr. Alberto had a lengthy intellectual exchange with his student, Sucrose. The two were in library until the next morning. Why did the discussion last so long? Miss Sucrose was presenting the result of her research. She noticed some flaws in the data and insisted on reviewing her calculation until the next morning with Mr. Albedo present. We were in the library together.
You're certain Mr. Albedo was present the whole time?
अरे मैं वो लेमन गोली खा रही थी सोते सोते फंस गई हैं सोते सोते अब दर्द हो रहा है मेरे सोने से पहले कोई गोली लेमन वाली कौन सी गोली होती है लेटे लेटे ओके You certain Mr. Alvaro was present the whole time? Yes, and I know. I know. Mr. Alvaro would never kill someone. He could never be that cruel.
Nevertheless, the other witnesses have no reason to lie. Tell me, Miss Sucrose, that meeting in the library, were you awake the whole time? Sounds like a considerable duration to go without sleep.
बात तो सही.
I do hope you can be truthful with us. It concerns the safety of countless Mondstadt citizens. A crime like this cannot go unpunished.
I'll take it from here. During our meeting, लड़की की आवाज में क्यों बोल रहा हूँ मैं? I take it from here. During our meeting, Sucrose did fall asleep not long after midnight. It's all right, Sucrose. You don't have to lie for me. This is a sacred place of judgment. The truth is paramount. Mr. Albedo. I see. Then I'm afraid your alibi cannot be substantiated. But क्या बोल रहा हूँ मैं B नहीं देख रहा हूँ. Do you understand? Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Calming. Claiming innocence without proof isn't enough. But the prosecution argument has its own hole. There's been no mention of a motive or what exact methods could reduce a human body to those remains.
No conclusive evidence of
रहने
guilt.
दे accent तेरा. अबे भाई
But
practice
the
करूँगा तभी
witness
तो अच्छी
accounts
होगी.
do match to an extent that can't be dismissed. This is a tricky one.
रितिका इसको गुर बोला कर गुर नहीं इसको पसंद नहीं पूरा नाम बोलवाना. Counts do match to an extent that can't be dismissed. This is a tricky one.
Allow me to submit another piece of evidence. The investigators intercepted one of Mr. Albedo's correspondences. I will now read the pertinent parts to the court.
Correspondence. Oh no, the envelope does look like it belongs to Mr. Albedo.
I have never abandoned the subject of human research. In fact, delving deeper into Dragonspine has led me to realize that the concept of life could be further expanded and transformed into that of birth. The mystery of human birth is often linked to death. As such, death is the most suitable material for the creation of new life. To that end, we must engage in a process of putrefaction and refinement.
Putrefaction and refinement.
Is that in reference to an alchemical process?
The letter continues. Experimental trials have been carried out in the northwestern part of Dragonspine, in the area southeast of Mondstadt's main gate. The data is as expected. Just as you endeavored to do, I too shall take up the path of creation and break through current limitations to reach a new realm of living beings.
क्या कर रहा था मैं? मेरा माइंड ब्लैंक चला गया एकदम से. I trust the investigators have confirmed this to be the defendant's handwriting and that the letters makes more than passing mention of purification and refinement.
Correct. Not to mention, the locations indicated in the letter match both crime scenes. What more can we trust than the defendant's own words?
No, it can't be true.
अब मैं बोलूँगा मैं. So I can't believe it.
A guilty verdict cannot be delivered without sufficient evidence. In order to protect all parties involved, that is what our principles demand. My original assessment was that we lacked said evidence.
इसका नाम दलिया
But now,
क्यों है भाई?
it seems
दलिया.
the only remaining questions are the identities of the victims
मैं पहले
and
डिलाइला
the
सोच रहा था
specific
वो जो गाना
alchemical
है
process used in this
Delilah,
case.
what's it like in New York City. मैंने सुना भी नहीं इसने क्या बोला छोड़ो. हाँ. Then we are in agreement. Guilty. I'm short, angry वो है हाइट होती है. क्या बात चल रही है चैट? Evidence inconclusive on the charges of murder and unlawful disposal of human remains. The court finds the defendant guilty. The people in attendance appear shocked. No one can believe a kind and well-mannered person like Albedo could commit such a crime. Dean stipulates that those unsatisfied with the verdict will have time to submit an objection or appeal, but most appears hopeless in this moment. एंग्री गेमिंग, अगर तेरी हाइट अभी 20-21 नहीं हुई है तो तेरी हाइट बढ़ने के चांसेस हैं. 21 साल के बाद नहीं बढ़ती हाइट. बस तू पोस्चर ठीक कर सकता है, उससे लगेगा तेरी हाइट बढ़ गई, बट हाइट नहीं बढ़ती. As you watch Albedo being taken back to headquarters, you get a strange feeling that something hidden is about to come to light. It all comes back to the letter, a secret that you and Albedo knows all too well, but the people of Monster have yet to discover. Albedo's different
Like that. Oh, this has
brother
to be a
who looks just
nightmare.
like Albedo. Why would Albedo do something like that? This has to be. Albedo told me his secret once. That he was a synthetic human created through alchemy. Could that have something to do with this case? But what? Following in Ryan's daughter's footsteps, just because he is an alchemical creation, that would only make him more suspicious. This took a turn for the worse.
Rosaria! Oh, when did you get here?
5'9" सही में ठीक तो है भाई, और कितनी चाहिए हाइट तेरे को? जब मैं 5'4" बैठा हूँ. 5 years 9 days हुआ. छब्बीस तक बढ़ेगी, पता नहीं कौन है भाई तेरा जिम ट्रेनर. I've been here the whole time. I happen to have a message to pass along for us. Yes, you are needed at Star Snatch Cliff. He's waiting for you there.
Who is he?
You'll know when you get there. Go on now. Time is like the wind. It waits for no one. भाई क्या कर रहे हैं? Serious ही. The current story seems to be related to your past adventure. Would you like to quickly go over and review those experiences? तुम लोगों के लिए मैं ये कर देता हूँ, मेरे को तो याद है. Begin reviewing. You and Paimon went to Dragonspine to ask Albedo, who was conducting research there, some questions about alchemy, only to encounter a series of strange events, strange soft noises echoing through the mountains that could not be traced. The ransacking and theft of alchemical knots at the campsite, Albedo disappearing after a chat outside a cave but having no memories of the incident. At the same time, Eula encountering Albedo elsewhere on the mountain, attempting to lead a child away. And he attacked Eula upon being discovered. You were able to confirm the presence of mysterious figure impersonating Albedo. Running battle ensued, ambushing and being ambushed, hunting and being hunted. In the end, Albedo eliminated the giant mutant, Whopper Flower posing as him. Yet there were more than 2 people wearing the face on the mountain. समझ गए तुम?
Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Scatter!
Lag.
Quick as a flash. Keep pushing.
Skyward! Scatter! Skyward! Scatter!
Yo, Venti. Ah, travel. Fine one. I could hear your arrow on the vent. What are you looking for?
Venti, did you send us that message?
No, I did.
Cat ears क्यों बना रखे भाई इसने?
Whoa!
लड़का है
Where
और
did
तू
you
शायद.
come from? Wait, Venti, do you know this guy? His name is, what is his name again?
Didn't think I was that unmemorable. I'm Dahlia, Deacon
Dahlia,
of the
bhai,
Church
Dahlia.
of Favonius, and Herald of the Animo Archon Barbados. Not gonna forget next time, right?
So you called us here so we could meet with Venti?
That's right. I noticed you during the trial. The legendary honorary knight. You seem to have a lot of
Dahlia,
thoughts on
eh?
your minds, so I thought we should have a chat. After all, I am the Herald of Barbados.
He knows
If
कि
the
ये
people of Mondstadt are in danger, I should
Archon
keep
है.
the Animo Archon in the loop.
He knows. Yep.
Wait then, you know about...
About what? The fact that my tavern-hopping nomad of a friend is Barbados himself?
Don't worry, Dahlia and I are close. He knows everything. Besides, a god needs someone to communicate their will in a formal setting, and no one does that better than Dahlia.
Not that I
मैं
saw
Dahlia
that
बोलूँ
coming when
वैसे.
we first met. But back to the
Dahlia
matter at
लड़के
hand. I believe you two already know about Albedo's
दल्ली
background.
लड़की के लिए सही बात है. अगर लड़की निकला दल्ली, लड़का निकला दलिया. Not that I saw. If you mean his true identity, then yeah, we do.
So, you know too, Venti? That's surprisingly Archon-like of you.
Ah, well, I knew from the moment Granddaughter and Alice brought Albedo to Mondstadt. When those two are in town, no one can afford to slack off. The Creed Prince, a perfect specimen of synthetic life. At this stage of the case, there are countless questions surrounding Albedo's motive, his true identity, is a potential
A
weakness.
synthetic being loses control of their sanity and goes on a killing spree. That's how a novel would frame the story, and people are inclined to agree.
Albedo has told us before that humans often value the ordinary over
What
the
the fuck है
transcendent
भाई?
and
एंग्री
righteous.
गेमिंग क्या कह रहा है? 6'5" करना है तेरे को हाइट. क्या करोगे तुम इतना हाइट बढ़ा के?
And the slightest difference is perceived as other. A very common
भाई
phenomenon.
थोड़ी इधर भी दे दियो जब 6'5" हो जाए तो हाइट. Which means we need to find a way to help your friend. What do you know about the situation, Venti? Me? Well, I know that Albedo is a synthetic being, and that a lot of strange things have been happening in Mondstadt, even though Windflume should be about drinking and having
We
fun.
noticed that too! The minute we got here, something was off.
Modeling पे जाना है. Still 6'5"? Isn't 6'1" enough? Why क्या?
I've picked up on most of those too. Miles is out of sorts. Beatrice seems anxious. Although I didn't know Donna stopped being interested in Master Diluc.
इसकी आंखें ना किसकी तरह लग रही है? किसी की तो आंखें ऐसी है. When no love remains for the song to tell, the world becomes not but an empty shell. Cruel is sad fate, cruel as it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free.
What
That's
are
a
you
bard
getting
for
at,
you.
Tone Deaf Bard?
Or just making a comment. There are always unavoidable trials in life. At least that's what Barbados would say. A certain someone is going to need to overcome a trial like that. In such cases, even the seven know better than to tamper with fate. If only there was a brave soul willing to aid their friends in his time of need. Should he meet a terrible fate, all of the monster could be worse for it.
If you wanted our help, you could have just asked, you know.
सिक्स तो हो जाए सिस्टर लिली की तरह. सिस्टर लिली की हाइट 6 है. आस्था तो बहुत छोटा है फिर. It won't work out. Ah, well, even if Albedo wasn't at the center of this case, protecting Monster is part of being an honorary knight, right? We'll still have to help, of course. Which is why I prepared a little surprise. Hey, behold!
Ooh, Paimon remembers that Jumpy Dumpty.
Eyes keh raha hoon. Acha. Don't worry, I removed the fuse so it's not going to explode. Say hello to Dodoko communication device.
So, this thing belongs to you now?
We're all pals. Don't think she'd care if I borrowed it for a few days. Anyways, this invention, with a little help from a trick of mine, will allow us to keep in touch. Just take it out and we can chat. We'll do our best to uncover the truth. मेरे को एक मिनट सिस्टर लिली की आइज देखने दे भाई. मैं इसी गेम के अंदर के कैरेक्टर की बात कर रहा था. मुझे याद नहीं है सिस्टर लिली की कैसी होती है. ब्लैक क्लोवर. कहाँ सिस्टर लिली की आंखों में तारा बना पड़ा है भाई. तारा भी नहीं, डायमंड सर्कल है. मैं यही सोच रहा था एनिमी के अंदर तो ऐसी आंखें बहुत रेयरली होती है. डिफरेंट शेप गेम्स वगैरह में मिल जाती है. दैट्स ऑल आई आस्क. नो मैटर व्हाट कम्स, यू हैव द विंड ऑन योर साइड. यू आर द विंड. और भाई दलिए चाल. अरे यार टेक्स्ट करना, आंखें देखनी है. वेंटी साइड हो ना. हाँ होल्ड ऑन. कहाँ है कहाँ है कहाँ है. काया किधर है इसकी आंखें. Is he also from Kandria? You guys see this? पता नहीं तुम्हें दिख नहीं रहा. नहीं करा. Let's go back to the place. Yep, the place. ये टेलीपोर्ट वे पॉइंट चर्च के अंदर, चर्च कह रहा हूँ, इसके अंदर देना चाहिए था.
Skyward!
Hey, yeah. Hold on. Before that, let's change some settings. कि अच्छी दिखनी चाहिए भाई. 60 FPS, 1.5, high. Motion करो, zoom on. There we go. अब ये छोटी सी परी और चमकेगी. तुझे देखनी थी ना रितिका. ये चीज नहीं कर दी भाई. बढ़िया है कि तुम स्टोरी अगर करना चाहो तो यहाँ क्लिक करो. बट पहले भी ठीक था. पहले भी इतना इशू नहीं था. आई गेस पहले इस वजह से कर दिया होगा क्योंकि प्रीमोस टाइम टू विश. Ava, hi, welcome to the stream. Hi Ava. Ava with the किसकी फोटो है? How are you? I'm fine, doing great. आया तो की फोटो है. मैं कैरेक्टर से नाम भूल गया. Give me Ifa भाई. I don't want anything else. Ifa दे दो बस. No, you all must be shocked, but the evidence is solid. Albedo's situation is not looking good. चमकने लगा भाई इनके. I started Genshin for Rayato, but lost each time. Unlucky.
I still don't believe Albedo would do something like that. Using living people as alchemical test subjects? It's like something out of a novel.
Scam game है. मुझे C69 लेला है और ऑन दे दिया, but को C0 Ifa only. F. At least you got Ifa. You should be like. क्या कितनी विश की थी? C69 ये तो कुछ ज़्यादा हो गया भाई.
Perhaps it's best for me to remain impartial, but I've worked with Albedo before. He's an alchemist, not a sadist.
So yeah, yo, welcome back, bye. This version of event is as hard for me to accept as anyone, but Waka once said Albedo is very different from the rest of us. Perhaps there are things we still need to learn about him. Let's see what Albedo has to say for himself first. Would you mind giving me a moment, everyone? A private matter requires my attention.
Hey, Jean!
Traveler, Paimon, perfect timing. Tia has a favor to ask. Like Jean said, after the verdict, we have time to submit an appeal, and I will do my utmost to convince Albedo to accept. He'd been acting strange, and I can't read him for the life of me, but I need you to start investigating the case. Investigate the case? Yes, it's also time for you to get involved. Do you want us to join the investigation? Are you sure? We are just adventurers after all. As well as honorary member of the Knights of Venetian, Albedo's friend, Kai and I already have an official involvement in this case. We need a pair of fresh eyes. And it's against the spirit of session to task you with this, but Albedo is a trusted member of our ranks. We owe him the benefit of the doubt. I'll look into the case on my own. I just finished this Archon quest. This is not an Archon quest, right? I know you'll get to the bottom of this, traveler. You have never failed us in our time of need. 85 wishes में भाई तेरे को ईफा भी मिल गई और तेरे को इतने सारे 4 स्टार भी मिल गए, तुझ C69 जो बोल रहा है या C6 लिखना चाह रहा होगा, 9 गलती से दब गया होगा.
But what if the accusations turn out to be true?
You will have done Monster a great service all the same. It is an Archon quest. You get the pink fate from it too. Oh, अबे यार मैंने read नहीं किया. सही में. Interlude chapter. Archon quest ही हाँ सही कह रहा है. Yeah. क्या Archon quest इन्होंने बहुत वो कर रखा है. टाइम के हिसाब से weird. मैं क्या रीजन के इधर घूमता रहता हूँ क्या, कभी मॉन्स्टर में, कभी लीवेकी में, कभी यहाँ पे सारी आर्कोन क्वेस्ट के अंदर तो भाई बहुत कंफ्यूजन है टाइमलाइन वगैरह. आ जाना. Whoa, we can go up. What? What?
Skyward! Scatter!
I was pulling for
Wait, Captain Kaya!
here.
Surely I can't just...
These two are here on Jean's order. She asked them to investigate Alberto's office.
In that case, head on in.
Everyone trusts us, bhai.
So this is Albedo's office. Pretty much exactly how Paimon pictured it.
I have some work of my own, so I'll leave you to it. Good luck to you too.
Right back at ya.
Right back at you. Nice room, bhai. Well organized. But in stairs की जगह से वो लेनी चाहिए, वो फोल्डिंग वाली जो आती है. Okay, time to investigate.
All right, let's see what we can find.
This is new. यहीं से start करते हैं. There's a stack of books on desks, mostly relating to alchemy, environmental science, and life science. Some of the pages have been marked with alchemical symbols, and others have S-shape or triangular symbols drawn on them. Any potential meaning is unclear.
Wow, these books are so fancy. Albedo must have gone to great lengths to get them.
Investigate underneath the...
Wait, it looks like there's a hidden compartment under the desk.
There does appears to be a compartment added to one side of the desk. It was very well hidden. The lock mechanism is complex and seems to involve elemental power in some way. Perhaps you could try using the power of Geo. I mean, Pyro वाली उसमें मैं कैसे Geo use करूँ? The hidden compartment opens. Inside lies a piece of paper with more information. Festering is also a manifestation of rot. Festering. When festering forces and a sufficient amount of life energy collide, the two will repel each other. Being a powerful side effect, when I tested this in an alchemical experiment, the result of the refinement was startling. Breaking through the shackle of life, the simulation of the project, I must take advantage of this
The
opportunity.
name of the project is blotted out in ink.
The not member mentioned festering forces, which suggests that Dragonspine could be involved somehow. This has something to do with creating synthetic life. Would Alberto go that far for one of his experiments? No, that can't be. Amidst the north is a map with a few marking on it. Two of the marked locations correspond to the crime scene, and the third appears to be in Dragonspine. It's a hard pill to swallow, but if the result of the joint investigation are correct, there could be a body hidden in the last location, or at the very least, what remains open.
What does this mean? Oh, do you think something might also be buried at the last location? Alright, that seems to be it for this place. We should go tell Jean what we found.
और भी चीजें इन्वेस्टिगेट करने के लिए थी। भाई क्या इन्वेस्टिगेट करेगा भाई तू? पता? I'm annoyed. इन्होंने सब कुछ इन्वेस्टिगेट नहीं करने दिया।
Oh, Vent is calling. Let's answer.
How's the investigation going? Find anything?
Oh, we found stuff, alright. Stuff that only makes Albedo look even more suspicious.
Yep. वो मुंडी नहीं देख सकता भाई तेरी मुंडी हिला वॉइस कम्युनिकेशन डिवाइस है I see. So Albedo researched something that didn't help his case, huh? You share what you learned with Venti. Not promising we should be grateful Albedo's true identity remains hidden. But gets out that he's one of the Ryan daughter creation, there'd be no separating him from her past. As we both know, Ryan daughter's approach to alchemy and ethics was a pure madness, and the evidence you just found, let's just say, it could convince even the closest to him of his guilt, perhaps even you. I don't think the handwriting was fake, and the notes also sounded like him. Then it comes down to trust. Do you trust Albedo? I don't know, but I want to. Absolutely, I do.
Yeah, he's our friend. We should keep the faith. And if he really is the culprit, he must have had a reason.
मुझे ब्लूम इसलिए पसंद नहीं है, बहुत ज़्यादा चमकने लग जाते हैं तो।
Maybe he's just not
या तो
allowed to
ब्लूम को
talk
कंट्रोल
about
करने
it.
का ऑप्शन दोगे तुम कितना
Yeah,
चाहते हो?
that must be it.
Either way, a fair investigation means coming to a conclusion presented by the facts. Does that mean even Venti no longer believes in him? Remaining objectives has its own value, remember. None of this is your fault. Just report back with the honest assessment of the facts.
Yeah. Well, let's go find Jean and tell her what we learned.
पहले और भी इन्वेस्टिगेट करने दो भाई.
Wait, that's Miles. What's he doing?
Oh, sorry.
और मोटे.
I heard voices and wasn't sure if I should check who was inside.
It's okay. We're here on Jean's orders.
Ah, I see. I'll, leave you to it then.
Hold on. You didn't hear what we were saying, did you?
Oh, not really.
He heard it.
Nothing that made sense anyway.
Well, do us a favor and just forget anything you might have heard, okay?
वो कैसे करेगा? अब तूने जब ऐसे बोलते तो वो भूल जाएगा.
Oh, sure. You got it.
ने हाँ भी कर. वो कैसे भूल
That
जाएगा
map we
जिसने जो
found in a
सुना?
hidden compartment seems important. We should check out the marked locations.
Ah, we can investigate. Okay, चलो.
Alright, let's see what we can find.
The latch bears signs of wear, suggesting the importance of whatever lies within the box likely remained locked most of the time. Signs of wear. That means it's been used multiple times, nahi? I don't. मेरी English इतनी अच्छी नहीं. I guess. But now the lid remains wide open, as if the owner was forced to leave in a hurry. Didn't have time to lock it. Perhaps the letter intercepted by the investigator was once stored here. The remaining content shouldn't hold much weight as conclusive evidence, but you still get a strange feeling about after reviewing them. In elegant penmanship, the letter reads, in addition, I do happen to have some information on the subject of our last discussion. The material and the arcane information requires for human transmutation. The formation in these records likely originate from the Kandrian art of Chemia. But relevant documentation has not been well maintained over time, so I cannot guarantee there are no errors or omissions. As thanks for your past assistance, I've enclosed the records with this letter. But that does not mean I support your pursuit of this research. Ethics against aside, I'm not convinced it's even possible to create a human whose existence is identical to our own. The idea that the dynamic of creator and creation could exist within the same species is cause for concern. Even with a talent like yours, I must urge you to proceed with caution. The signature belongs to a familiar name, one that also appears on the alchemy book nearby. You skim the preface and learn that the author is an old and accomplished alchemist. Ritika, you welcome back. Person is likely a friend from Albedo's academic circle. Someone who owed Albedo a favor but also urged him to refrain from conducting dangerous research.
Human transmutation? Is Albedo seriously looking into that? Ooh, Paimon doesn't want to think about that.
It doesn't look good, but this letter can't directly prove that Albedo did anything. Besides, a technique like that must be too dangerous to share with the public, right? That's why it wasn't brought up during the trial. Investigate. There's a test tube on the shelf with some black powder residue at the bottom. Next to it lies a neatly written note. Chalk is the next stage after soil, but the current available materials are still insufficient to construct a stable structure.
Nope. No idea what that means. Not sure if it's too hard for Paimon or too hard for anyone outside this line of work.
Albedo's notes lies on the table. They resemble the ones you have seen before, but the contents are different this time. As always, the penmanship is impeccable, careful, and neat, with a certain elegance in its uniformity, much like the man himself. One of the notes reads, purification should be regarded as a counter-simulation to the process of life, like a high, efficient, and destructive spell or fraud. Upon use, the target will decay within an extreme short period of time, turning into dust that is nearly invisible to the naked eye before dissipating into the air. Isn't that कि वो जो उसने जमीन में लोग गाड़ा वो ऐसे ही चली गई? गाड़ा नहीं, उन्होंने बस यूज किया ये चीज और वो हवा में उड़ गई.
Since you have Master Jean's permission, you're free to investigate the office anytime.
दीवार से बात कर रहा हूँ भाई. जीन से बात नहीं करूँगा तो मैं. यो जीन. बस. He said to go to the location. मुझे लगा सीधा पहले जीन के पास जाएगी कि मैंने ये फाइंड किया, मैं आगे पर जा रहा हूँ ये पर देखने जगह. This place is still nice.
Yeah. Scatter. Yeah. Scatter.
We should be getting close. Oh, look over there! Something seems off.
Carefully examine the ground. Although everything is covered in snow as a seasoned adventure, you notice a spot on the ground that looks quite different from its surroundings. Remove the snow and find a sizable hole underneath, large enough to fit a human body. But the hole is completely empty and the surrounding markings make it look like something was dug up. Did an animal do this, or some monster?
Weird. There's a hole, but no body. The prosecution's argument is that Albedo used alchemy to destroy the bodies. But this location is different from the other two. Why not fill the hole? Or smooth out the ground like the other places?
If one person did all this, why not remove the places like the others? And if Albedo isn't the one responsible, why was this location marked in his notes? Good question. Good question indeed. That's nice of developer कि मेरे को सीधा यहाँ पहुँचा दिया. Your bag. Did you find anything?
Yeah,
Hell
but
yeah.
none of it helps Albedo's case.
You tell Jean about your findings from Albedo's office. I see. Ah, yes. Complicated result, but your efforts are appreciated. Did Albedo submit an appeal? He asked for a retrial. There are still questions surrounding the identities of the victim and the disappearance of the bodies. The minimal remains that were uncovered have been sent for a forensic analysis, which should provide some answers. It's just...
What's wrong?
If the victims turn out to be monsters, the situation becomes all the more serious. The second trial would likely have to be open to the public. And I doubt public sentiments will be in Albedo's favor.
Yeah, not when
Obviously.
the charges are so serious. Hmm.
The second trial is set to take place in 2 days. I hope you consider attending this one as well.
Of course, we'll be there. In the meantime, we should all just stay positive.
When the time comes, I'll carry out my duties to the best of my ability. Bro, Ava, are you still here? मेरे को पूछना है कि कितनी लंबी है आर्कन क्वेस्ट. Miles. मेरे को वो वाला शॉर्ट्स याद आ गया जिसमें एक लड़की वो बनी होती है, Gwen Stacy, Spider Girl. Hey Miles, you wanna get out of here? Something ऐसा कुछ बोलती हूँ. अब मेरा मन कर रहा है मूवी देखने का दोबारा, स्पाइडरमैन इनटू द स्पाइडरवर्स, दोनों पार्ट.
We should meet up with Jean. It's about time for the second trial.
Yo, we can go back up, buddy. Nice. Yo. Hi, you two. Let me know if you're ready and we will head out. Ready? Alright, follow me. Ladies and gentlemen, we now convene for the second trial against Mr. Albedo. I, Jean Gunhelder, will once again oversee the proceedings. Representative on the both sides remain unchanged, and Mr. Dalia will continue to serve as assessor. Ms. Hertha represents the prosecution, and Mr. KR speaks on behalf of the defense. The defendant in this case is Mr. Albedo, captain of the investigation team. With that, I now bring this trial to order. Albedo यहाँ पे हमेशा स्टार रहेगा. Miss Hertha, have the investigators made any new discoveries?
Yes. We sent the teeth and the femur bone found at the scene to the church's medical office, and were able to conclude that these are, in fact, human remains. In addition, the investigators were able to identify several Mondstadt citizens who appear to have been missing for quite some time.
Oh shit. Things are getting serious.
Forensic analysis of the remains allowed us to pinpoint the age and gender of the deceased. Interestingly, one of the missing individuals matches that profile to a T.
But he's alive.
The medical office couldn't spare the personnel, so Miss Rosaria is here to present the results to the court.
Hanselman, male, 46 years old, marital status single, occupation hunter, consistent with the conclusion in the last trial. His disappearance went unreported, likely due to his lack of relatives. In addition, medical record shows that he sustained a mechanical-related injury to his leg. 3 years ago, the damage to the femur bone Mr. D-Look found is consistent with such an injury. Therefore, we can conclude that one of the victims in this case is Hanselman. A specialized technique was likely used to accelerate the rate of decomposition.
Is it reasonable to assume this technique to be alchemical in nature?
Alchemy or magic, both are possible.
Thank you for your testimony.
The identity of one of the victims is now confirmed. But what about the defendant's motive?
Considering what he wrote in the letter, we can deduce that the defendant needed subjects for an alchemy experiment. Who better than individuals whose disappearance would go unnoticed? In other words, he sacrificed the good people of Mondstadt for his own gain. A truly vile act.
अर्था को भाई इतना बुरा क्यों दिखा रखा है? I mean, हम उसकी साइड है क्योंकि वो हमारा दोस्त है.
In addition, another witness has agreed to testify. Miss Donna, if you would.
अब इसने भी देख लिया. Another one, huh?
Wait, Donna from the flower shop?
I'm sorry it took so long for me to come forward. But the night Master D-Luke saw Mr. Albedo, I was there too.
भाई ये तो बिल्कुल पीछे पड़ गई थी डी-लुक के. उस रात के बाद से चेंज हो गया है. स्टॉकर है भाई.
I was camping with a friend and we decided to stop near Dragonspine. I couldn't really get comfortable that night, so around dawn, I decided to go for a walk. And that's when I saw Master D-Luke. I thought it might be nice to, chat. So I headed in his direction and then I saw it. Someone at the bottom of the cliff was getting rid of a body.
Oh.
I was terrified the person might see me. Even after I fled, I couldn't shake that fear. And I started to wish I never had a crush on Master D-Luke in the first place.
D-Luke के सामने बोल
If
दिया.
I hadn't wanted to talk to him, I would never have been in that situation. Well, I didn't want to come forward because I was scared. But Miss Hertha convinced me it was the right thing to do.
Why do I feel like Miss Hertha जो है वो duplicate है
it took me
जिसने
so long.
Hertha का face ले रखा है? I see. Just stepping forward was brave enough, Miss Donna. Hello, Harsh. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back. No, welcome to the stream. The court thanks you for your courage and commitment to justice.
Yes. Thank you.
The two witnesses corroborate the same sequence of events. That just leaves the question of how the defendant disposed of the bodies.
I believe the answer lies in the alchemical technique mentioned in the letter. The defendant is the most accomplished alchemist in Mondstadt. He has the skill, no question.
A special investigator also uncovered some relevant evidence on that subject. I will now present it to the court.
Does she mean...
Yep. The evidence we found in Albedo's office. The following are the piece of evidence uncovered in Mr. Albedo's office, the most important of which is this map. मेरे को इन लोकेशन पे भी जाके देखना चाहिए था कि वहाँ पे सही में कोई गड्ढे वड्ढे से. This map was found with the defendant's notes. The marking corresponds with the description in the letter and the location of the crime scenes. Does this map belongs to you? Yes. Are you the one who marked these locations? Yes. You do realize that basically an admission of guilt, don't you? The evidence against you is nearly insurmountable. No. Since you uncovered that compartment, I might as well expound on the matter.
We have witnesses and physical evidence. What could you possibly say in your defense?
What I always have. I never killed a single person.
Ugh, you have some nerve. Saying that when the evidence is stacked against you?
Miss Hertha, you have presented a meticulous and convincing case. I'll give you that, but I'll not admit to something I didn't do.
So, what? You're just going to bombard the court with excuses?
That's a rather dismissive way to refer to an innocent man speaking in his own defense. Besides, I'm not making excuses, I'm exercising patience.
That won't make the charges against you disappear, Mr. Albedo.
Perhaps not, but patience comes with its own rewards. It's easy for things to remain buried in snow until someone comes along and brushes it away. Albedo seems serious but unfazed. Does that mean he really didn't do anything untoward? He mentioned brushing off the snow. Is that supposed to be a hint? If it was a hint, then it must have something to do with Dragonspine, which reminds me of one of the location marked on the map. One was in Dragonspine, wasn't it? You were the one who uncovered the notes, right? Then I am assuming you visited the third place marked on the map as well. Yes. Can you tell us what you found? You nod your head and give an honest account of the scene you found on Dragonspine. Whatever was kept in the hall was gone, and the surrounding area bore the marking of an unknown creature. With everything covered in snow, no one knew there was something to discover in the first place.
Then, there must also have been a body.
I need to think about this. What clues am I missing? The first marked location. The first marked location is near Monster Beatrice, so Albedo used alchemy to dig a hole and bury a body there. A single man's shoes and a torn piece of fabric was found in the bushes nearby. Taken together, the evidence seems to suggest that Albedo killed someone and concealed the body. The second marked location is between Dragonspine and Dawnwind, where Diluc saw Albedo bury the body of an adult man. Diluc described nearly the same event as Beatrice. There is no reason for them to conclude against Albedo, so their testimony should be trustworthy. Diluc found teeth and femur bone at the scene. Donna confirmed his version of events because she was also there that night. The two should have no reason to get Albedo up despite her crush. Donna wouldn't lie about something like that just to get Diluc attention. Not to mention, Donna has been acting strange since before the trial. The human remains. According to forensic result, the teeth and the femur bone belongs to the monster citizen, and the witness account suggests that Albedo was the last person to come into contact with his body. Did Albedo really use alchemy to reduce the body to a few bones, and does that mean he's the killer? Third location. The third marked location is in the Dragon. We only knew about it because we found it in the hidden compartment. During our investigation, Paimon discovered a hole beneath the snow, big enough to hide a human body. There were also claw marks around the outside, but there was no body or remains anywhere whatsoever. Third mark को associate करे human remains. No, that doesn't make sense. इसको associate करे second mark. The difference between the marked locations. Albedo marked these three locations on the map found in the hidden compartment. There are some similarities and difference between them. Based on what we know, all three locations were likely used to hide bodies. The hole stuck in each area certainly seems big enough. But unlike the first two locations, there were claw marks around the hole in the third location. No witness saw anything happen there. It's a home to all manners of monsters and wild animals. Could some kind of creature have dug up the body? Why wasn't that the case in the other locations? The marks didn't look fresh, which means the hole at the third location has been there longer than the other two. But if the hole at the third location wasn't made around the same time, does that mean it's connected to a separate incident? The one where Albedo killed the other Albedo. Uski body thi वहाँ. Dragonspine has a frigid climate and it is covered in snow all year round. Even so, it's home to various monsters and creatures that can withstand the cold. Deep within the mountain lies the remains of an even more mysterious creature, Durin. Although the dragon has been dead for a long time, he still possesses a peculiar life energy. Now that I think about it, a lot of strange things have happened on Dragonspine. Most people know about Albedo as an alchemist and the captain of the investigation team. But in truth, he is the Kryzbin's synthetic human created by one of the five sinners, Goldra and Dota. Albedo is steadfast, intelligent, and treat everyone with kindness and respect. I think most people would agree with that assessment. He's also a calculated thinker. It's fair to say that if he did commit a crime, it would likely be well concealed. Up until now, Albedo has never displayed any ill will towards humanity, and he also still seems like he's the normal self. As his friend, I shouldn't reveal the truth about his identity. That would only make things worse for him. This is the associate carrying something. Encounters on Dragonspine. Almost forgot Paimon and I once encountered someone on the Dragonfly who looked exactly like Albedo, and we weren't the only ones. Wait a second, someone who looked exactly like him? Submit conclusion! I'm guessing Albedo has a plan, so I should help him out. What does he want me to do? Announce a break in that case? No, I should play it safe. Since I made an announcement, an honest assessment of the fact, I should be honest about my doubts too. It's only fair. Besides, I think I understand what Albedo was trying to tell me just now. I'd like to address the court if I may. I was the one who investigated the office, and I believe the result raises a few questions. Regarding the two cases addressed in the previous trial, it was established that after disposing of the bodies, the defendant used alchemy to restore the ground to its original state. But that wasn't the case at the third location. The hole was still there with dirt scattered around the perimeter. It looked more like something had been dug up. If this was all done by one person, why wasn't the third scene given the same treatment as the others? Why weren't the traces moved? In addition, the markings around the third location weren't fresh. It suggests that the Dragonspine incident happened at a different time. For those reasons, I believe there is still reasonable doubt in this case, and I hope the verdict reflects that. Thank you. Astute as ever, traveler.
Questions there may be, but allow me to point out, there is no evidence to suggest that anyone besides the defendant knew about the third location. And the map was found in his notes. That fact alone makes him the most plausible suspect. Unless Mr. Albedo suddenly plans to deny that the map belongs to him.
Allow me to respond to Traveler's point. Hold on a second. Bol. Ah shit. I wet my pants. इसीलिए मेरे को बड़ी बोतल बस. But I can hold a lot of water. Oh well, ज़्यादा नहीं गिरा, बच गया. Allow me to respond to Traveler's point. If all I cared about was proving my innocence, I would indeed do as you described, Miss Sartha, and deny any connection to that map. But this is not what I intended to do. The map does belong to me, and I did hide things at those 3 locations.
What?
There were indeed bodies at each location, and I did kill and bury someone on Dragon's Den.
Ha! So you admit it. Let the record reflect that the defendant has confessed to his crimes.
You're mistaken, Miss Sartha. The story doesn't end there. I buried myself. Some time ago, I encountered an uninvited guest from Dragonspell, someone who wanted to take advantage of the deserted nature of the region to eliminate me in secret. His desire to kill me led to an altercation where I killed him instead and buried the body on the mountain, the third location marked on the map.
Actually, the traveler Amber Bennett and I were with Albedo that day. The Adventurers Guild was holding an event on Dragonspine. After it ended, we all left the area.
Thank you for talking, bhai.
If the person Albedo is referring to is different from the one we encountered on the mountain, then the altercation must have occurred after we left.
This only proves that the defendant is guilty on all counts. Those innocent people, their blood is on your hands.
No, you are wrong.
You deny it? After admitting to murder for the whole court to hear? You've clearly lost your mind.
If you would let me finish, Miss Hartha, I could get to the important part. The man who attacked me on the Dragonspine was my height, with blonde hair and blue eyes dressed in clothes nearly identical to mine. So someone who happens to look exactly like you. Exactly like him. So I was right, it does come back to what happened back then.
It's one thing to look similar, but for the clothes to be the same?
What's going on? I don't want to be here anymore.
Regardless, the important thing is that you admit to killing someone on Dragonspine.
That someone is a monster. Yes, I killed someone that day, someone who looked nearly identical to me. But I never said that someone was a person. I see, then it appears I need to withdraw my testimony.
What?
Everyone! I brought her!
What?
Wait, you...
The person who just came in, isn't that Hertha?
What's going on?
Who are you? Why do you wear my face? Hello to you too.
As you can see, this is Hertha, the logistics captain of the Knights of
I see
Favonius.
what's going on here. It's all been leading up to this, hasn't
मुझे लगा
it?
था ये वही
Your
होगा.
confession. It was all an elaborate stunt to set me up. You want to undermine my credibility? Fine. It doesn't eliminate the mountain of evidence stacked against you. All I want is justice for the people of
इसकी
Mondstadt.
आंखें तेजी भी है भाई. Order in the court. भाई तू न्यू एलिट की तरह behave मत कर. I've been stationed on Dragonsfin all these years because this is where the subject of my research lies, the dragon Durin. Several hundred years ago, the dragon of the East, Jovalin, defeated Durin in the battle and with help from Vader sealed his remains on Dragonspine. Durin was created through alchemy, one of the finest specimens of artificial life. As such, death was not a true end for him. His heart still beats and grows more revitalized by the day. My imposture on Dragonspine was a failed specimen abandoned in Durin's stomach, an unsuccessful iteration of the homunculus project.
Homunculus?
Are you trying to insinuate that I'm some kind of homunculus? Because it looks to me like the artificial one is standing right there. Some kind of imposter you dragged in from Dragonspine. So this is what I look like when I fly off the handle. You know, they say imitation is the best form of flattery, but your impersonation has overstayed its welcome. Master Jean, what are you waiting for? We've known each other for so long. You recognize the real me, don't you?
How the tables have turned. The two of you look identical, but judging based on your demeanor, the new arrival actually seems more like Hertha, I know.
That means nothing. By that logic, I could just as easily accuse the albedo in this room of being an imposter.
Then that means Albedo is not guilty.
How do we know he isn't the fake one? A cold-blooded killer who replaced the real albedo long ago. Then, how about something only the real Hertha would know? The longest scar on my body. The knights who fought alongside me that day should remember where it is.
I remember. Let's hear your answer.
I'd like to hear Miles' answer first.
Huh?
You don't know? Or you don't remember? I heard you've been acting strange these days. Disoriented? Confused? You were closer to me than anyone during that battle. And yet you don't remember a thing. Strange indeed.
No, my head. It hurts.
Good acting.
The scar is right here.
Why the nerves? I can't imagine this comes as a surprise. Unless your informant in the Night of Favonius failed to mention the scar on Hertha's left arm.
Albedo has done a lot of research into beings like you. If you deny it, then show us your arm.
No need to panic, you can just add it now. You excel at changing your appearance, don't you? Or I should say, all spawns of Durin life force have that ability. A powerful life force and appearance you can change at will. Yet, here you stand formless when paralyzed to act because you are worried using that power could affect your accomplices. Then Miles must be one of them. There are others too. Most of the beings under the influence of Durin's life force have gathered here, and yet their presence is what impedes her from taking actions. Once you attempt to transform, all who surround you will be affected by your power. You can't control it because in this network of living beings, you serve as the core.
Show us your arm. Ugh! Have it your way!
Whoa!
Come on, let's go!
Hey, they're shielding the imposter!
She's trying to get away. Stop her. Don't let anyone stand in your way.
There are others trying to get in. Must be more people under her control.
Time to get moving, everyone. Serious हो गए भाई? What the fuck?
Whoa! She just leaped across the room!
time. All you need to move out. Third company. Keep on the imposter. Fail. We finally have a chance to talk. But before I explain the events of the past few days, I'd like to make a few things clear. First, I never told any of my fellow citizens and I never used human remains as part of alchemical experiments. Second, the event of the past few days were all part of a plan. Most of the members of our orders were in on it. As for the witness, Master Zero picked up on the situation long before today's proceeding. That's quite an involved and vice. What the fuck? Indeed, follow me. Damn. What? What?
What? How are there monsters in the city?
They are all monsters from Dragon's Spine and attack is imminent, but fear not. We have been preparing for this. We have been monitoring the resurgence of Durin's life force. Its festering nature agitated these monsters. We knew it was only a matter of time before they advanced on monster. And so we made preparation for an inevitable battle. I was hoping you two could join me and provide assistance in the battle to come.
Of course. Where's our first stop?
Of course. The top of the city wall. This is the closest one, right?
Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward!
Which one's closer, right? What the fuck?
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Torpedoes! 20.
Hey, Venti!
Shoot, someone's coming. Help me, please. Someone help me.
What's with the freak out? It's just us.
Ah, perfect. I can drop that. Sorry, thought you were regular citizens. It's about time. I think we can proceed as planned. I agree. Although it's been a while since I dealt with something this big, it's going to be pretty exhausting. Don't worry, I treat you to a drink for your trouble. Just what I wanted to hear.
So, these two know the other's identity then?
People can make new friends when we are not here, you know. Monsters started surging from Dragon's Spine during the trial. They soon became agitated, likely in response to the core coming under pressure. Still, I never expected those monsters to have become this advanced. The power of evolution cannot be underestimated, especially considering the fact that Durin absorbed the previous imposter.
Wait, so what about the map? And the missing bodies?
What the witness saw was true. I just hit those bodies as I monitored the situation on Dragon's Spine. I noticed that many who ventured there came back different. Some were under the influence of Durin's power, but less fortunate ones had already been devoured by monsters who then assumed their appearance to infiltrate the city. Most of those who replaced had no choice, close relatives, so when their behavior changed, there was no one to notice. The monster used their disguise to get close to people and immediately to attempted to attack.
What about the remains D-Luke found? Did they belong to one of the victims?
The monster slowly digested their victims. Sometimes they even left behind body parts to aid the transformation. All that remained of the first victim was a few strands of hair, and the second one, some teeth and bone. The only bodies Albedo destroyed were the monster mimic forms. Then he buried whatever remains of the victims to put them to rest. Someone had to do it. Besides, I managed to gather some valuable data on the putrefaction of the bodies. After we defeated the doppelganger who prepared on the Dragon's Spine, we promised to tell each other a story. Remember? You told me the story of Gardner. I remember. Then you remember what I told you about Subject 2 in his pursuit to replace Subject 1. He transformed the vocal file into a Subject 3. There was another imposter on Dragon's Spine that day. That would be Subject 2. I confronted him and buried his body on the Dragon's Spine. So you see, at one point there was something hidden in that hole you found. But Durin is becoming more revitalized by the day. Under the influence of his power, the monster dug up Subject 2 body and returned it to Durin's stomach. What the fuck? Durin absorbed the failed creation along with his knowledge and way of thinking. Ever since then, all creatures spawned from his power had the ability to transform their appearance. Humans who ventured into Dragon's Spine for too long are also bound to fall under Durin's influence. Do not show themselves right away, and the extent of which a person has been affected is hard to perceive. You saw it yourself, didn't you? All the people acting strange, those are the same people who just tried to break into Knights of Luminous headquarters. During powers remained dormant within them until finally it surged to the surface and seized control. That was also our goal. If we could force a situation where the imposter had no choice but to unleash that power, all those under its influence would become violent, and thus we would know who was affected.
Wait, so what do we do? We can't go around hurting innocent people.
That's why I'm here. It would make me look bad if I just lazed around. After promising to help, we will use the power of Anima to restrain them for now. That should give the Knights of the chance to subdue them without harm. A specialized team will deal with them later. Alright, that's the long and short of the situation. It's time to activate that thing, right? So if there's a little secrets other people shouldn't know, my identity, for example, keep it to yourself, okay? They should do it. What is he doing? No, भाई इसकी भी कोई आवाज नहीं. What the fuck are they doing? Ah, wind currents.
Wind currents? Paimon's never seen this many.
There should now be wind currents across the whole city. Everyone can you hear me? Loud and clear, all you need. What's your status?
All good. We have enough manpower to provide support. Requesting assistance at the side gate. Heading over now.
Whoa! It's long-distance wind communication! How is that even possible?
It's all thanks to Lord Barbados. With this blessing, we will succeed in defending our city. Actually, if you face away from the current and whisper like this, no one can hear you.
No wonder you're crouching down there like you have something to hide.
You didn't have to broadcast that, Simon.
Huh? That voice. Venti? Is that you?
Oops.
Oh, just a wandering part, calling for help. Thank goodness Traveler, Paimon and Albedo found me, got me out of the tough spot. Alright, now that you're okay, we should check on the status of the other areas. पागल है पाइमोन, गधी है. सच कहूँ सो बहुत बोरिंग है इस बार की क्वेस्ट. हाँ, मेरे को भी बोरिंग लग रही है क्योंकि कुछ ज्यादा बोलवा रहे हैं बस. I've got things covered here. मुझे पता है ना विंड करंट चल रहा है. तेरी आवाज जा रही होगी, तू नहीं हो इसे एक्टिवेट करा. उज्जवल आ गया. मैं वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम भाई. I mean, जितनी मस्त हो गई थी ना ड्रैगन स्पाइन वाली एल्बेडो की आर्कोन क्वेस्ट, इससे ज्यादा बहुत ज्यादा नीचे लग रही है. I don't like being in the middle like this, especially on a bridge. But look who it is. Get back. That was a close one, I suppose. Thanks are in order, Master G. Look, I appreciate the help. No need, I didn't intervene to save you. It was for my own convenience. You were in my way. Oh, well, let me get out of your hair, then. I suppose we could work together, but you would just melt my eyes away. Anyway, suit yourself. Alright, tell me, when did you notice something was off? The first trial. Because of the fake Artha? And because of you? What did I do? My defense wasn't passionate enough? You weren't nervous enough? Tell me then, Master D. Look, when did you think I actually get nervous? I suppose we'll see, won't we? Monsters incoming. On second thought, best not to think about it. Wait, ये मेरा डील होगा? Nah. क्यों देंगे वो मेरा डील?
Don't get frostbite.
Verdict is
Retribution. बस?
Cool it. Oh, so sorry.
time for
Retribution.
Dodge this. Don't get frostbite.
verdict is
What's the consolation? अबे भाई मेरा देते सी से.
Freeze!
Ouch.
Cool it! Oh, so sorry. Burn!
Nice. And तू बोल रहा मैंने स्पेस बटन स्पैम किया बस. हाँ? अरे हाँ सही बात है. आज गाने नहीं लग रहे क्योंकि सॉरी क्वेस्ट कर रही. If you had time to make it out here, I'm guessing the other areas are secured.
What? We can't be here because we care?
Maybe this was just the closest spot to the city gate. Maintaining control over the main road means maintaining ground control over the battle as well. Oh, you made the right choice.
So what's the status over here?
All clear. All under control. Don't worry, my trusty civilian volunteer. And I have this area under cover. I think you mean the man who held the title of chivalry captain before you. We don't have to bring that up. Well, keep up the good work. We'll go check on the status of the other locations. Good luck. Oh, and I wanted to thank you for what you said in court. If I'm not mistaken, you were on my side by the end. Believe me, he had his suspicions since the first trial. I suppose it just didn't feel right to believe that someone who helped me in the past could be a cold-blooded
Aw,
killer.
that's so sweet.
बहुत बोलना पड़ रहा है यार. ये खुद बोलते ना तो इतनी बोरिंग नहीं लगती है. Thank you for trusting me and for choosing to fight alongside us. As for you, Kaya, good luck as always. We'll see you soon. Of course, stay safe. पता है तू किससे बात कर रहा है? स्टे सेफ की बात कर रहा है. गोड्स वगैरह को रखा है मैंने यार. हमको मेरे को कह रहा स्टे सेफ. छोटे मोटे चुद्दू मुद्दू मॉन्स्टर से लड़ना है. ये विशन. बारबरा रोजारिया हील कर रहे हैं उनको. थोड़ी ये देखो. Get close to the injured knights of Venice and use Barbara's elemental skill to heal them. There you go. No! No! Almost perfectly कर दिया था मैंने.
Let's dance.
Alright, you should be on the mend.
Thank you so much, Miss Barbara. Things are still quite chaotic outside. It's best if you all remain inside the cathedral for now.
You're not rushing back out to the front line, are you? You're still injured.
Don't worry, Miss Barbara. I'll try not to put myself in harm's way. I can help with the logistics from the back.
Well, maybe we can give you a hand. As you said, the situation outside is chaotic. Injured parties should not be left unattended. There are others here who needs to get back to the front line, so I'll escort you all.
Of course. Thank you, Miss.
Just doing my job. I'll leave the cathedral to you then, Barbara. एक आई डाल के okay, you can count on me. I don't really know how all of this started, but I do know that Jean and the others have been preparing this for a really long time, so I think everything will be alright. It has to be. Did I catch you at a bad time, Barbara? Did you need something? I just wanted to tell you that over the next few days, a lot of things are going to happen in monster attack and fighting, so I need you to take care of yourself. How do you know? Albedo warned us in advance. It has something to do with Dragonspine, and he's our authority on that region. So we should take him at his word. Dragonspine, huh? So the city is going to be in danger? Yes, but the Knight of Phonius will do whatever we can to protect the people. But then, who will protect you? Don't worry, I'll look out for myself, I promise. Please let them be okay out there. Sister Barbara, could you lend me a hand? Of course, coming. पता चला ये भी वो है जो यो थोड़ी साउंड वगैरह डालो यार. वो थी ना वो, क्या नाम है उसका? There, they are here. Prepare for battle. On guard, everyone incoming monsters at 11 o'clock. We have got 25 ritual, 2 blazing axe, metachel, and a bunch of different slimes. Prepare elemental countermeasures. Roger that. Basic IR Dilu. What?
Go, Baron! Engaging!
Bruh.
Get ready for the gliding champion of Mondstadt. Bet you can't keep up with me.
Providing cover fire! Leave the wounded to me!
No escape. Get him.
Okay. TB ठीक है.
All units are now in position.
Hertha! Oh, jeez, your voice scared me just now.
What? Still caught up in the imposter incident? I thought you knew about the plan.
Well, after you up and disappeared one day, all Master Jean told me was that you'd be gone for a while on an important mission, and that it'd be better if people thought you were dead. And then, what do you know? Someone who looks exactly like you appears out of nowhere 2 days later. If Master Jean hadn't told me about your mission, I would have fallen for it hook, line, and sinker.
That's quite a scary thought. I get chills just thinking about it. A monster replacing someone close to you and you're none the wiser. Don't worry, once this is over, these monsters won't be a threat to us again. Are you okay? The trial wasn't too hard on you, was it? I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I was so worried. Same here, I thought it was all real at one point. I was in complete shock. So you didn't know Amber? Then it seems you did an excellent job at keeping the situation under wrap. And no need to worry, you two and no worse or fear. Weird. That sounds like we're alright. She's like an impenetrable wall, that one. You're not getting a secret out of her.
Yeah, for sure. She's someone you can really count on.
Wait, so how did you decide Hertha should disappear again? After all this fighting, I can't seem to get it straight.
It was Kaya's suggestion. He said the plan would work best with someone well-known and reputable without being too high-profile. Naturally, Miss Hertha was the perfect choice. We needed to leave a hole in our organization, so she came up with the idea that she would disappear. So that explains the rumor that someone had fallen during a mission, of course. It didn't take long for that to get resolved. No, because the imposter fell right into our trap. It was all part of the plan. First, we spread the rumor that Hertha was missing in action after some kind of incident. The news came from Kaya and Hertha's direct subordinate, which was important because we needed it to be credible. The imposter saw the gap in our ranks and couldn't help but take the bait. Didn't take long for the fake Hertha to appear on the night's patrol route, claiming to have survived her mission.
When did that happen?
Over 6 months ago.
Whoa, so this has been a long time in the making.
एक मैच रैलो भी खेलो ना, खेल लेंगे. Yes, and अगर टाइम मिला तो 2 घंटे तो हो गए वैसे ही करते करते. Our enemy was more meticulous than we expected. Monsters have been searching for Hertha's body in order to protect the imposter identity, which is a more advanced way of thinking than subject to. So we had to wait long enough to convince the fake Hertha that she had our trust. Furthermore, we needed to give her time to gather evidence against me and convince herself she had enough to strike.
But how did the Knight's internal information even reach Durin and his monsters?
There's an informant among our ranks.
Don't worry, Barbados already tracked her down. She doesn't have his blessing, so she can't hear what we are talking about right now.
Honestly, this whole situation almost gave Paimon a heart attack. All those awful accusations in the first trial, and you couldn't even defend yourself.
It was to be expected. I couldn't just reveal the truth. It had to be at the right moment, or it would have given the imposter even more fuel to use against me. She would have demanded to know how I knew about Dragonspine and the monster in disguise. And if my true identity got out, the public trust in me would be gone. It was a trap, you see. Argue back and expose my origin, or keep my mouth shut and be seen as a martyr. Credit where credit is due, it was well thought out.
Yeah, thank goodness we were able to back her into a
Risky था
corner.
बहुत. Indeed, and I have you to thank for that, traveler. You probably don't know it, but you have been a part of the plan since the beginning. But I didn't even know there was a plan. And for that, you have my sincere apologies. I know I kept you in the dark, but I had a reason. This might not sound intuitive, but I did it to make the plan even stronger. From the beginning, I knew I had to leave the letter in my office for a fair, independent reader to discover someone willing to seek that road. Naturally, I thought of you. I knew you would return to Windbloom. I knew you would agree to attend the trial, and I knew your sense of responsibility and just as an honorary knight would compel you to start your own investigation. The fake her, the subject too, has met you on Dragonspine before. If she thought when you had lost faith in me, her confidence might get the best of her. The perfect time for us to strike. Albedo's right, you were part of our plan from the start. I hope you don't take offense at our decision to keep that from you. And please don't be too hard on Albedo. He was just doing his best to look out for Mondstadt. Enough people were involved in the plan as it was. We had no other choice. Don Renat and Paimon will always be friends of Nonsense. We will never forget that.
Aw, that means a lot.
Thank you for thinking of me. It was an honor to take part. It is us who should be thanking you on tonight.
Wait, was that you just now? Let's go to the side gate to check it out.
What? Go to the plaza. Go to the Angel Share. Yo, raise the Lisa.
Lupika, it's you.
Yep. क्या हमारे वाले को नहीं यूज करने दे रहे तुम जो मैंने बिल्ड कर रखे हैं
Come a little closer.
Come a little closer. It's been a while since I unleashed my lightning during Windbloom. Maybe I watched them. Okay, bye.
It happened a lot before?
Unleashing writing on people, huh? No. Once in a while, maybe. It sure feels good to let loose, though. My old professor even wrote to me about that a few days ago. Of course, I made sure to emphasize that I always treat others with kindness. It's unnatural for students to inherit their teachers' ways, after all, and mine was a gentle old man from the Spantama school. So you see, this time I only used gentle method of electrocution, so gentle even Jean would have no reason to intervene.
Huh. Gentle electrocution.
You seem to be in good spirit, Miss Lisa. But it's good to move about every once in a while. आप सिर्फ लाइव ही खेलते हो या मोस्टली अब मैं लाइव ही खेलता हूँ. पहले मैं ऑफलाइन भी खेल लेता था, बट अब नहीं खेलता. अब बस लाइव ही. जब लाइव होता हूँ तभी. Who is there? Noel! Noel, you need help? Why didn't you say so?
Steady as stone.
Burst forth. Come into being.
Leave it all to me, as a dutiful maid would.
Burst forth. Feel this ancient power. Come into being.
Thanks for the help. That was over a lot. That was over a lot faster than I expected. I'm sure you have places to be, so don't let me keep you. You rest assured, I'll keep the people around here safe. Be careful out there. I know victory will be ours. Of course, भाई मैं हूँ यहाँ पे इस वजह से. कौन है भाई यहाँ पे? हाँ, नॉट ईवला के पास नहीं जाना है. ईवला के पास मेन वो है ना.
Skyward! Scatter! Skyward! Scatter!
What?
Skyward! Scatter! Gotta say,
Resident Evil भी खेलना है. एग्जाम खत्म होने पे वही स्टार्ट करेंगे.
I thought you were hurt. Not about to whack me in the head.
When I saw you,
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry about that. I was trying to run away, but I just couldn't keep going, so I pretended to be unconscious. Thought I could at least land a surprise hit on a monster that
when
way.
it is so unlucky भाई. कब खत्म होगा? I don't know. मैंने थोड़ी अभी तक कोई quest पढ़ी.
I get it.
करी.
That's a pretty common tactic. Oh.
Looks like this person could use some help. We'll search for a place to keep civilians out of danger. This area appears secure, so remain here. In the meantime, we will be back up.
Sounds like a
with an
plan.
update.
Gotta
you find-
say, oh gosh, I get it. That's a pretty common tactic.
अरे दोबारा नहीं सुनना था मेरे को.
Sounds like a plan.
Official के पास जा रहे हैं हम. Official.
Skyward! Scatter!
Yeah, probably. Official ही तो थी इसका. Oh, damn. Yo. These darn things are more annoying than disgusting booze hounds. Traveler, Albedo, if you run into anyone who needs a safe place to wait this out, feel free to send them to the castle. I'll be here to watch over things so that everyone will be safe. Thank you, Dan. I'll be sure to do just that. No भाई, प्लेस पता चल गई कहाँ पे जाना है.
Albedo, Traveler, got an update for us?
You can take her to the castle. There are sheltering people there. Anyone who needs help is welcome.
Got it. I'll take her there.
Okay भाई, ये थी साइड क्वेस्ट.
Time to go.
चलो सीधा चलते हैं.
Skyward! Scatter! Scatter! Controlled breathing.
क्या हुआ यूला? What the fuck?
It's all my fault. I knew Clea was fast, but disappearing like this? I only lost sight of her for 1 second. How am I going to explain this to Albedo?
एक सेकंड में क्लिक गए.
Albedo, Traveler, Paimon, what brings you here?
We are providing mobile support across the region. Was there something you need to explain? You can tell me anytime, anything. I hope you know that.
Yeah, plus we kinda already heard what you said, so...
Just tell us. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Clee, she disappeared right under my nose. I'm sorry. I'm doing all I can to find her.
I see. Please don't beat yourself up, please.
Wait! Something's coming this way, and it doesn't look pretty!
Alright, fighting first, conversation later.
She was right next to me, and the next thing I knew, she ran off somewhere. I swear I only lost sight of her for a second.
Oh! Okay.
Crush! More speed.
What's the... R3, okay. Okay. C3. Okay. Oh, Klee ke bombs hai.
Beg for mercy.
These are Klee's bomb, no?
Those bombs. I see what you mean. She's not to be underestimated.
What the fuck? मेरा ध्यान नहीं था भाई game.
Crush.
We won. Great work. I'll be counting on you to protect you next time.
Oh, Beto, you can't be serious.
He's serious. Just leave it to Klee. You're going to earn petrol, Mr. Alfredo. Klee heard you went camping for a few days, and these monsters followed you back home.
Camping. Ah, right. The truth isn't suitable for little ears.
I need to report back to Master Jean to settle my expenses. If you have some time, I'm sure Yula would be grateful if you escort her back to headquarters as well.
Of course. I place myself in your capable hands, Spark Knight.
It would be an honor. Klee will do her best.
Faster! Stronger!
Natlan character in Mondstadt. Let's go. Where are we going? Sucrose. Oh, Klee. Jean. Sucrose यहाँ पे दिखा चली गई. Master Albedo. That should be it for now. Good work, everyone. How did we fare in injury-wise? Good, our preparation paid off. Injuries are few and far better to be. I have the full record here. Wonderful. I'll review it in a bit.
We're back!
Everyone's alright?
Amber?
Yep, right, Azreen. We are back. Klee kept Miss Yula safe the whole way. That's amazing, Klee. I was lucky to have you. Looks like we are still missing a few. Reporting back, Master Jean. Mission complete. Good to have you back, safe and sound. Oh, Kaya hai. मैं बोला Kaya नहीं है. And great work, everyone. This operation could not have happened without you all. Your leadership is what made it possible, Master Jean. It's been a busy few days. You should take a well-deserved break. I will, but I believe you deserve one most of all. My work isn't finished. I'm afraid I have a few loose ends to tie up. Yes, of course. We can talk about it back at headquarters. Jatin and Paimon should be there too. Alright, everyone, who has finished their work should head back to their quarters or to the church to get some rest. Wanna come with us, Klee? We can drink some tea and eat some freshly baked moon pies. Yeah. Yes. अब हम जाएंगे Dragon Spine. Hey everyone, Venti, thank you for everything. I know there were difficult moments along the way. Well, wait, does that mean you saw me running for my life? No, apologies, I just forgot I said anything. Just kidding, but you're right. It was tough out there. I almost lost my head to the wind several times. Any notable information on the wind? Of course, I was out on the city wall for quite some time. I heard all sort of things. As for something notable, I picked up an anxious voice and a child's anger. Durin has been isolated for centuries, but absorbing subject to emotions allowed him to understand certain truths about this world and his existence, including the fact that he is no longer mother's only child. For her most perfect creation, it's obvious he found that fact difficult to accept. The emotion he felt in response were quite genuine and, dare I say, human. If I eliminate the perfect creation, I will be the only mother. I'll be the only child mother needs. This mindset arose out of Turin's instinct to compete and survive and came to dominate all those around him. Of course, the absorption of Subject 2's knowledge allowed him to take a more intelligent approach, accusing me of murder. In the end, however, Durin still lacks sufficient social intelligence. The fact that his army even got this far is a miracle.
Oh, no wonder Venti sensed a child's anger through the wind.
That same feeling, it's close. What? Oni? Ah, Miss Fonia, here to make your report?
Oh, nothing much to report.
Is that so? During the battle, we were talking about your transfer to the 7th Company. You were in charge of patrols and post-battle reconnaissance this time. How did everything go?
Good. No problems.
I see. If you don't mind me asking, why did you come from that direction? Why are you alone? Did you think we were still meeting at the side gate? There was a change of plans. We sent the message out over the winds in the last few minutes of the battle. There were a lot of changes during the operation, but I imagine you missed those as well because you are under Turin's influence, and you have been since your trip to Dragonsbane over 6 months ago. Don't move. Let's continue this discussion back at headquarters. Don't be scared. I'll figure out a way to free you from his powers. Restless? Restless क्या? As a child. Yo. Alright, the others are looking after Ponya. Please tell me you can help her. I can as long as the rest of operation goes well.
Wait, the operation isn't over. What do we do now?
What happened next is more of a personal project. I've consulted Venti about the possibility of calling a tri-party conference. What? Partite? Ah yes, that's a relatively new tradition. Grandmaster Warka came up with the idea a few years ago. I still remember when he approached me about asking the lovely ladies of the Exunker for a small favor. The chumminess caught me off guard. If I hadn't known any different, I'd have thought he was talking about his older sister or something.
Older sisters? Is Varka really young or something?
I wouldn't exactly call him young, but he is not old either. He's the type of to crack a joke at every opportunity, so whatever age that is. Indeed. The tripartite conference is gathering of 3 parties: the Exunker, the Anima Archon, and the Joint Forces of Night and the Church of Romans. Our Lord Barbados was able to facilitate a meeting between Varka and the mages. Varka has quite a way with words, so he was able to gain their favor and convince them to agree to a very important request. Namely that in the constant greatest time of need, the mages would return and lend their aid to our nation. And now I have a request of my own, so I need the conference to convene once again. Venti, if you would. Yeah, then pass me the Dodoko communication device.
You're gonna use that thing to call them?
Just watch and learn. Okay, I think this should do it. Dodoko.
What's that ringing? Is it the wind or something?
That's not right. That's not the right voice.
Wait. Barbados?
Varka? Oops, I put the wrong button, the wrong number. Sorry, Varka, you're probably busy right now.
Considering I'm surrounded on both sides with a group on my tail looking to turn me into mincemeat, yeah, I'd say so.
I as well. I have fun with that. We can talk some other time.
All right, pass along my regards. Oh, and I still owe you for those drinks, don't I? Just take it from my stash. I keep it in.
वेंटी नहीं जान बताना चाहता था उनको स्टैश के बारे में.
Hey, he was just about to tell us where to find his secret stash.
Don't tell me he hid it beneath the great tree of Windrise. That seems like a bit much. Doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo.
Hello? Who is this?
Greeting, Miss Alice. It's Venti.
Venti? Nope, it doesn't ring a bell.
You're really gonna tease me like this? Fine, it's Barbados.
Apologies, just a bit of fun. What can I do for you, dear Barbados?
Just remember that three-party जो भी है conference, right? I'm calling on behalf of friends. He is asking for a meeting.
Oh? And which brave soul is it this time?
It's me, Aunt Alice. Captain of the Night of Ruinous Investigation Team requests a formal meeting with the Harrison.
And what is your wish, dear Al?
I want to accomplish something unprecedented.
How unprecedented. Something even your mother Rhine-daughter never accomplished?
In terms of technique, no, but in terms of location and materials, yes.
Okay, that makes no sense.
सही में.
You've piqued my interest. I'll be right there.
Be right where? As in this office?
Hello again, everyone.
What the fuck? Hello, Aunt Alice. I see you have turned yourself into a giant daughter.
Darling, isn't it? It even has its own hat.
Wow, the attention to detail.
Pleasure to see you all again. It's been a while.
Why is she not showing her face, by?
On behalf of the Hexen Circle, I hereby grant Albedo's request. I'm guessing you still need to prepare? Take your time. Just come find me at the long table when you're ready.
Aw, that's nice of you.
I suppose it's just my nature, darling.
Her voice is nice, by. Thank you, Aunt Alice. Before we set out, there's someone you need to meet. Head to my office, he's waiting for you there. Who could be waiting for us? Oh, where is Aunt Alice? You did so much for us this time, Lord Barbados. I don't even know how to thank you. Don't thank me at all, please. It makes it seem like I'm useless the rest of the time. You know that's not what I meant, and Archon has their own calculations. Who am I to question their wisdom? Now you give me too much credit. I admit I'm not the most proactive Archon. You have your own hard work to thank for this result, and our friend, the Honorary Knight and Paimon, of course. सुन रहा है, इसे पता है हम सुन रहे हैं, but I can't help it. I have full confidence in his abilities. It's just an instinctual response. But in the end, if he sets his mind to something, I know he will succeed. I trust him. That's good to hear. Before we set out, there's someone you need to meet. To me, I've seen. Okay, Dad.
Hey, have you ever wondered why Albedo always keeps his office closed? Paimon bets there's a
Sharma, welcome to the
secret
stream. Review
snack
everything.
stash hidden around
Sure,
here
इसके बाद देखते हैं.
somewhere.
Yo! Dwalin? Durin. Dwalin kyun? Mini Durin. Not so loud.
Mini Durin? What are you doing here?
I didn't expect that. Well, okay, Luna Abi. Bro, let me complete the quest. Well, I've kind of been helping you guys in secret this whole time. I tried tapping Paimon on the shoulder during the battle, but he floated away too fast. You were there? Yeah, I've been in Monster for a few days now, but I've kept myself out of sight. I thought people might be scared of me.
Oh, don't worry. We aren't scared of you.
Thanks.
So, what brings you here? Oh, is it Windbloom? There are a ton of fun games this time of year.
Abhi to kuch bhi nahi hai. I did sneak off to the festival for a bit, even though I couldn't play the games because of all the peoples. I still had a lot of fun. But that's not why I'm here for Albedo, and I made a promise to accomplish something great together.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna replace the Durin on Dragonspine. I'm gonna be the one who is revived and brought into this world.
Wait,
Ooh.
Didn't that already happen? You left the storybook world, and now you're here.
क्या मजा आ रहा है तुझे? बात तो सही है, क्या मजा आ रहा है? But आदत तो गई है भाई मेरे को स्टोरी जानने में स्टोरी पसंद है. Albedo said he can use alchemy to turn me into human.
What?
Human transmutation, so you're Albedo's intended subject. He's been working on it for a long time.
And that's what you want, Mini Durin?
Please tell me he's gonna be a playable character. I don't know if wants is the right word. I don't even know if there's a right answer in a situation like this. Story अच्छी भी तो हो, ऐसा अच्छा filler patch डाल देते. अगर तूने शुरू से स्टोरी देखी हो तो तेरे को शायद पसंद आए. मुझे तो सही लग रही है, बट ये बोलना चाहूंगा बहुत ज्यादा बुलवा रहे हैं ये लोग. फालतू की ज्यादा ही वो है बातें. और जब से इन्होंने वीए के साथ जो भी इनके पंगे चल रहे हैं उसके बाद से तो बहुत ज़्यादा बोलना पड़ता है. I do know this. I have just as much of a right to this name. I don't want to lose to the other Durin. Becoming human isn't as simple as just changing form. Albert talked to me about that. He said that Durin on Dragonspine is a lot more aggressive and primitive, almost like a beast. But Mom created me in a storybook. The pure part of me can balance out the evil part of him. If I'm honest, I don't know what that will look like. If I could still be me once I become one with that part of him. Maybe without a complete soul, there was never really a me to begin with. Albedo said these kind of questions are normal. We are all just trying to figure out who we are. True. But I'm not afraid of change. I want my life to have meaning, and suppressing an evil dragon becoming human both sounds pretty meaningful to me. So don't worry, no one is forcing me to make this choice.
Well, turning you into a human sounds like a huge project. No wonder Albedo wants to get the mage's approval.
I'm really grateful to him. We are kind of in the same boat, you know. Albedo told me he's the synthetic human. If this works, I'll be one too. We'll be the only two of our kind in the whole world. Alchemical creation allowed to live in human form. All living things are grouped together by species, and there only one other person like me in this world. I guess that makes us family. अबे यार ये ज़्यादा powerful character निकाल रहे हैं कि old 5-star and almost useless है. Literally no one of that line are powerful. Fucking Archon. सही में बात.
Definitely. You've just got to trust one another. Actually, while we're on the subject, does your friend Hakai know about this?
Yeah, I told him I was coming here to fulfill this duty. He didn't try to stop me, just told me to get a move on. Then he didn't say it outright, but I think he supports my decision. Maybe he's even thinks it's a good idea to go through with this. I'm a little scared, of course, but excited too. I'm really glad I got to talk to you at a time like this. I feel a lot better now, so thanks. Bye bye, Mini Durin. Hopefully you get successful. You find success. What? What? Library? What? We are going in the mysterious room. Your party cannot be changed during the horizontal trial. Please choose a suitable party in advance. What? कौन से चीज़ थी? Hydro and cryo, right? No, but let's go full try hard. Yeah.
I applied for vacation.
Let me check. Ready, ready. What the fuck are you like this? Ah. जो दफा कितने पैसे डाले भाई? कुछ भी नहीं डाले भाई. I mean हाँ डाले हैं but 2 बार बैटल पास लिया था बस. What was I doing? हाँ तेरा वो देखना है ना. Can I select? No. Review everything. What do you want me to review? You are 8 AR49 with level 60-70 characters. भाई at least 80 कर सबको. What? हाँ ठीक है. Why is not 4 piece? Why VV on him? कुछ नहीं है भाई, बकचोदी कर रहा हूँ. Whales are fishes for him. अबे पहले whale सही लिखा था भाई तुमने. ये देखो, ये देखो, ये देखो. ये इसके लिए नहीं है भाई. ये चेस खेलना है क्या भाई एलिस के साथ? पर ऊपर यहाँ बैठ के खेलना है. काजुआ पे कौन सा आर्टिफैक्ट लगाने हैं? वीवी वेरडेसेंट वर्नियर जो ही बोलते से. वेलकम. So no unspoken rules to be aware of. I don't wanna unwittingly park myself down on some important lady's chair.
I highly doubt anyone's going to mind where you sit, Lord Barbados. But thank you for being so considerate.
हटाना कौन सा है? 5 पीस लगा दिया मैंने. तेरे को जितना सोचने की जरूरत नहीं है काजुआ के लिए. उस पे बस EM कर दे. स्टैट्स में एनर्जी रिचार्ज होनी चाहिए बस. EM और एनर्जी रिचार्ज. चाहे तो थोड़ा क्रिटिकल डैमेज भी रख सकता है बट वो ज़्यादा ज़रूरी नहीं है. तू बस स्किल यूज़ कर.
Jean didn't fancy tagging along.
A lot happened in the city today. If she left, there really would be no one around to lead the nights of the
All
colonies.
right, never mind. I was just hoping to treat her to some tea. So, tell me, Albedo, what is this outrageous and audacious
voice
plan
क्यों
of
नहीं
yours
है?
that I've been hearing murmurings
भाई
about?
काफी टाइम से ना इनका क्या है, वो AI से वो कर रहे थे ना, वॉइस एक्टिंग स्टार्ट कर दी इन्होंने. जो वॉइस एक्टर्स थे उनकी जगह पे AI से उनकी वॉइस बनानी शुरू करी. इस वजह से स्ट्राइक वगैरह चल रही थी. तो जिन कैरेक्टर्स ने स्ट्राइक करी है, जो भी स्ट्राइक में जो भी कैरेक्टर थे उन सब की वॉइस गई हुई है. हाँ, रेबेल की वजह से. पता नहीं कब हुआ है. ठीक, कुछ कैरेक्टर की वापस आ गई है पर सबकी नहीं है. पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है. I'll get right to the point. I intend to kill the evil during in the dragon's spine.
Oh?
And I'd also like to request some alchemical reagents from the Hexens.
Which ones? I'm all ears.
First would be the flesh of that immortal monster from the Marijuer. Immortal monster?
Interesting.
The other is a portion of the embryo left by my mother, granddaughter.
The raw material from which she created her monsters in the past. There's not much of it left. Dragon blood, monster flesh, and embryo. Sounds to me like a formula for creating life.
Correct. Durin's heart has continued to beat ever since the day he died. That means it's just a matter of time before his eventually returns. Could be centuries away or millennia, but the day will come. I've spent years investigating in Dragonspine, so I'm well aware of the danger he possesses. He has already posed a considerable threat to the monster, at less than half of his original strength. There's no telling how dire the consequences could be if he ever reigned his full life force. Hence, if you want to be free of the danger possessed by his blood and limitless vitality, you must find a way to eliminate Durin entirely. Unfortunately, Durin is a special entity. Even after death, he could reawaken at any moment. So the solution is to kill him and then resurrect him in a different form. Upon resurrection, he will no longer be the creature he once was. In fact, he will no longer be a monster at all, because I intend to transform him into a human-like being. During the summer, Klee and I visited the fairy tale world called Shimilanka. It was created by Mage from the Hudson Circle, so I'm sure you know of it.
Of course! It was even the home of one of M's children the other day. Oh, I see.
It was during that journey that I learned with certainty that Durins would return to life one day. That experience inspired me. I met the pure soul M had created and I knew it would. I knew if I wanted to change Durin's fate, he could be the key. To that end, I devised an alchemical model for the transmutation. The souls will come from the fairy tales dragon of Similanka, the blood from the original dragon's heart, the most important remnants from the marriage river, and the embryo mother left behind will form the flesh. The corrosive nature of the dragon's venom and the heightened vitality of the monster remnant will offset each other, keeping the constructed body in perfect balance. A powerful side effect can be triggered when festering forces and life energy collide. In an alchemical setting, the results are sure to be nothing short of astounding.
The glint in your eye when you talk about these ideas. You really are your mother's child.
Aha! Do you see that as a bad thing, Aunt Alice?
Of course not. To me, you're both extraordinary individuals. I find you fascinating. In any case, now I see why you asked Venti for help. The raw materials you seek are extremely valuable. The misuse of even the tiniest amount could cause unimaginable chaos. That said, we're happy to give you what you need. But there is one condition. You need to prove you can wield them. And so, you must pass the Hexenzirkel's trial.
Sure. I understand. I figured something like that might happen. That's why I asked Jatin to come along. I'm joining you in this thing. I can think of no better partner for such an endeavor.
So you know our tricks, huh?
Aunt Alice has always loved a spectacle. Any chance to witness friends come together to support one another?
Well, success means little if you have no one to celebrate it with, no? Although, I'm afraid dear Paimon will have to sit this one out.
What? Why?
The Hexenzirkel trials are no walk in the park, my dear. Besides, I already decided on the structure. There's only room for 2 participants, I'm afraid. No more, no less. You understand, don't you, Paimon? Oh, don't be too angry with your dear aunt.
Okay. You can turn off the charm. Paimon will stay behind.
Alice might know something about Paimon.
Thank you for being so understanding. Then, whenever you two are ready, interact with the chessboard on the table. It will guide you through the trial.
Then let me make a formal request. Will you go through this trial with me? Of course, why? Are you ready? Just about.
My dear children, get ready for a taste of the Dodo King's magic.
What the fuck? What? हाँ? छोटा बना दिया हमको. This is quite a long quest, right? It's certainly in keeping with Hexenzirkel modalities. Oh, we've been shrunken down to cheese piece size.
Whoa,
Chess piece.
so tiny now. Take extra care of yourselves, okay?
What is it? I think it's just Paimon voice is even louder than usual. Oh, I'm this size. She's always so energetic and lively, nothing can dampen her spirits. You'll be back with her again in no time.
You sound pretty confident, Albedo.
Aunt Alice, I didn't realize you'd be personally conducting the trial.
Well, since your mother has to recuse herself, who better than I to put your abilities to the test? I have prepared quite a riveting new performance just for you two. See? Defeat them in battle. Prove to me that you have what it takes to achieve your goal.
Your dog bana diya list.
Buckle your way to victory like gallant fairy tale heroes.
आओ भाई कौन आ रहा है? देख रहे हो तुम ये कौन है?
Not now. Cole, mine to the map.
Wind strider, shed fallen leaves, adorn my
silence.
Feel this ancient power. Coming to be.
One person is far too slow. Running speed.
Witness my great undertaking.
Shower me with praise.
Cheer, cheer.
King and Queen should present a united front.
Witness my great undertaking.
Nice, Albedo. Alright.
Strike a pop, my guiding stars.
Bow your head.
Witness my great undertaking.
It had to be this form? A toy really doesn't suit me.
This one doesn't seem like Alice.
Well done. But this isn't over. I will now preside over the second trial. Stare straight ahead, and you will see things as they appear. But change your perspective, and you will see them as they are.
Oh. यार एल्बेडो की आवाज क्यों नहीं
The trial awaits. Only by turning the world on its head can we see its true colors. So it begs the question, what do you see on the other side of this chessboard? Pawns earned true freedom the moment they gained legs with which to run. So, in the spirit of Rhinelander, I
Barbello.
No need to thank me, of course. Just a small gesture of kindness from me, Barbello. Just
Barbello.
with what almighty this calls for some ceremony.
Ah shit, I can't freeze them. No man.
Good lord, moment of forgetting your lines.
Where were we?
Live.
Move.
My guiding stars.
Let us dance, my dearest.
Try to remember the steps this time. Feel the ancient power.
Oops! I thought I had it memorized.
Our performance has yet to conclude.
मुझे लगा ही था दोनों को एक साथ मारना पड़ेगा
The night is cold. Cold. Mine to commit.
And now, a towering return to form!
Witness my great undertaking.
Oh no! Sorry, my dear.
वालपुरिगिस गेम इस वर्ड को सुन के पता है किसकी याद आई मेरे को वो दैट टाइम आई गॉट reincarnated एज अ स्लाइम के अंदर होती है एक प्लेस
Yes, very well done.
You did it.
Oh, they've grown up so fast. I'm so proud.
Yeah, sure.
Really? Well then, I'll leave you to debrief the others about today's events.
Huh? You're leaving already?
You did marvelously today. I'm thrilled for both of you. And should you feel the need to gloat profusely to that student of mine so she knows to up her game, be my
Mona.
guest. Lovely
Mona
tea
की teacher
party.
है
But that'll do me for now. Until next time, my dearies.
You're just going to up and leave? Barbie?
Barbie.
You'll have to forgive Barbalov. She's always on the move. And she never says where she's going either. I think she enjoys the mystique. But if I had to guess, she's probably going for a walk. She's a very health-conscious individual.
Walk करती है पानी में
satisfied with your victory. And so am I. Congratulations to you both. You can come back now. Oh, Whoops. I need to turn you back to normal first, don't I?
You're finally back! Great job! You made it all look so easy!
Nice to have you back safe and sound. Now time to relax and switch off. You've earned it.
Arigato. Felt pretty good to beat that only. Once you've rested up, let me know when you're free and we'll head to Dragonspine.
To deal with the dragon of Dragonspine.
Indeed, the sooner we deal with during the better.
Nice to have you back safe and sound.
एलिस यहाँ से कब जाएगी भाई? अगर मेरे को वो करना हो जो यहाँ पे वो करते हैं प्रीमोस के लिए, वो कैसे करूँगा? कितनी बड़ी है ये? यूजुअली हाँ, आर्कन क्वेस्ट वैसे बड़ी ही होती है.
Yep, this place is as freezing as ever. Paimon's hands are turning to ice.
Want to climb into my hood?
You sure? Is it warm in there?
Should take the edge off. It might improve your mood, but I recommend. नहीं तो देता भाई. टीम चेंज करते हैं वापस. Where's my old team? There. Who else was there? Is she? Where is Yan-san? There she is. Who else? Sure, Nahida. Why
One
not?
is fast on one's feet.
Explainer lover, welcome to the stream by hi, कैसा है? How you doing? एक बज गए भाई, ये कब हुआ? We have arrived. Sorry, Paimon, I have to get to work now.
Still beating away after all this time.
Leave it to me, you two stay on guard. Yeah.
May Paimon ask a question?
You may. You may.
Who is Durin to you? Do you think of him as one of your kind? And is he a dragon, person, animal, or monster?
From an alchemical perspective, we are both artificial creation, but biologically speaking, we have no relation whatsoever. So to say we are kin, we would be categorically incorrect.
Sounds like you prefer humans to dragons then.
Not so much a matter of preference, rather as things stands, I would say I belong to the class of human, albeit a unique category therefore. But then again, most forms of life in this world possess some unique traits. I am perhaps the most unique among humans, in that I am the only one of my kind, but soon there will be another just like me, assuming this alchemical project proves successful. I believe Mini Durin already told you of his intent to replace the Durin of Dragonspine. After my conversation with him, he also expressed a strong interest in becoming human. It's a fascinating prospect, not to mention an extremely challenging one, but I understand why he came to that decision. Do you see this as an act of creation? Well, understood in the broadest sense, this project deals with both the past and future and stand to profoundly impact many lives. That primarily is what makes it worthwhile. Helping Mini Durin become who he wants to be is a secondary consideration, though still a meaningful one. By contrast, my personal motivation are nothing so grand and meaningful. I'm just pursuing something I believe in. In my view, to cultivate life, which the world cannot generate, and indigenously is to cultivate the world itself. Whatever aids life in attaining a greater level of perfection improves the world by doing so. It is not a question of whether this ought to be done or not, merely whether I wish to. The alchemical enterprise is concerned with deciphering and comprehending all forms of knowledge. That is the path I walk. Of course, that's not to say this is just a science experiment to me. I think that affects monster I approach first and foremost as a member of the Knights Prometheus. Does that answer your question satisfactorily? Well enough, thanks. Thank you. Whoa, not beating anymore. Finished.
Looks like a golden energy has encased the dragon's heart.
The whole heart would be too big. I don't need that much. Instead, I've just removed the core. The rest will soon lose its vitality completely. This time, Jurin body should finally die for good.
Wait, but in that case, what's gonna happen to the fake Hertha? And what about the people who fell under Durin's
The Knight will keep an eye on them, but as far as I'm concerned, eliminating Durin's influence on the city's genre and creating a new Durin through alchemy are one and the same thing. Armed with this art, I'll be able to complete the alchemical array and deal with all these issues in one go. Albedo is something like. Wait, जब ये चला जाएगा तो हम इनको चेंज नहीं कर पाएंगे स्ट्रेंज ट्रूथ को. Won't be able to observe any vitality like this. Let's just go report back to open engine. What would happen to the thing कि हमें वो करने पड़ते थे अगर तुम्हें ड्रैगन स्पाइन वाले वेपन्स को फोर्ज करना होगा तो an apple. Let's call it a day here. Thank you for accompanying me.
Pleasure. We sure learned a lot.
Mondstadt is a lively place during the Windpool Festival. You should take a look around and pick out some nice souvenir for yourself.
Oh yeah, the festival! Wonder who the Windbloom star is gonna be this time. Well, we've been too busy dealing with this situation the entire time. Who else would be free to work during the Windbloom Fest?
I'm sure you'll find out on the day of. Wait for the 2 days. 1, 2. Wait. 1, 2. Yeah. This is taking time. कल कंटिन्यू कर सकते हैं आगे वैसे. But I'm थोड़ा इंटरेस्ट बढ़ा है. I wanna see मिनी ड्यूरिन कैसा दिखेगा ह्यूमन फॉर्म में.
Hurry up! The Windbloom Festival is about to begin! Let's go check it out!
Sorry, Timmy.
Skyward! Yeah! Yeah! Scatter!
I didn't just teleport there, right?
Yeah! Skyward!
Quick as a flash! Keep pushing!
Let's go! As you all know, during this year's Windmill Festival, the people of Monster have banded together to defeat several waves of monsters that tried to invade our city. Accordingly, we would like to award the title of Windbloom Star to someone who made an outstanding contribution to the defense operation. This is someone who may not look like a strong warrior, but whose keen insight played a vital role in gaining control over the conflicts. His words and songs always have a way of lifting people's spirit, and they were a great support to us all. Let us give a round of applause to this year's Windblooms for Venti the Bard. I'm correct. No way, you're really gonna pick me? Why not? You're the perfect person for the job. Does that mean I get unlimited free drinks at the tavern? I'm sure they will be more than happy to support this year's Windbloom Star. If you'd like, you can even take a drink while you give your acceptance speech to the crowd. In that case, let me swap out the speech for a song. Everyone, the best part in the land is about to begin his performance, so don't go away. Gather around and lend me your ears. Of course, he's not gonna talk. Airbags aside, the prayer of permission. Unipically earth, flowing water, refining fire, fortifying wind. I wish he could talk by. Where was the 18th worldly and 20 passage? Emergent soul, enter the mortal realm. Elevate festering flesh into sacred blood and bone. O sages, witness my grand endeavor. भाई इसकी आवाज के साथ कितना प्यारा लगता है ये. He was chosen to be a distraction, I guess. How was it? Not bad, right? He looks like Venti. A little bit. Nice design, bhai. बढ़िया लग रहा है.
Albedo, how did everything go?
Very smoothly, I'd say we achieved our goal.
Really? So Mini Durin looks like a human now?
Correct. However, his newly formed body is still stabilizing. We should give him some time. Incredible work, Albedo. I graciously accept the compliment. It really is rather remarkable what we have accomplished.
So, how do you feel right now?
Quite good. I did what I set out to do and achieved a personal goal. I think even she would have made a rare facial expression had she seen it.
She?
Granddaughter. The master and mother, called granddaughter. A long time ago, she sent me to Monster with the instruction to complete a task of monumental importance to find the truth of the world. I had a theory about what she meant, and in time I was able to corroborate it. Sure enough, finding the truth of the world basically stood for getting a life. That might be easy for most people, but for someone like me, it meant doing a lot of learning about a lot of things. I had to find out about myself and the world around me, get to know me, and get to know other people. Life is the space that exists between me and the world. To become truly human, I had to inhabit that space. So for an artificial human, finding a life is, in some sense, equivalent to finding the truth of the world.
So that's what she meant, huh? Well, no wonder those monsters wanted to infiltrate the city and replace you. They wanted your life for themselves.
Being alive is just existing, but having a life is what makes you truly human. I think that's the message she wanted to get across to me. I found this whole series of events has given me a new inspiration. Becoming human is only the beginning. What follows is the choices a human has to make in life, as well as the kind of family bonds they will form. Most people would probably see the event of the last few days as something out of a nightmare, but for me, it's just part of my family life. I fear that the carefree existence my brother has enjoyed this far will not come to an end. Just like me, he will have to step into the world and face the same constraints as everyone else.
You've got an unusual family, that's for sure.
Well, I suppose we get it from our mother. She is highly unusual, claiming. There are all kinds of families in the world. Some base their life around the family store, other around the farm. In my family, I suppose we tend to the flower beds, and now I'm gardener too. As long as you feel like you have gained something from the experience. Mm-hmm. Master never showed her face, but if the husband knows what I've done, that means she knows as well and gave her approval. Since devouring Nebrius, it would seem she has finally found a modicum of peace. And if so, then I'm truly happy for her. She didn't always have a penchant for madness.
Devouring Nefarious?
What's Nefarious?
What's Nefarious?
मैं भी यही पूछने वाला था. It's the name of the ruler of life.
What?
Aunt Alice told me about it not too long ago, but it came as no surprise. I knew Master would do it sooner or later. As for the ruler of life, all I truly know is that this Nefarious is not gone instead, because of Master and she and Nefarious are now one. In any case, thank you so much for your helps during this ordeal and for choosing to stand by my side through it all.
Of course. That's what friends are for.
Paimon took the word right out of my mouth. Hearing you say that means more than I can say. I'll make sure to pass along the sentiments when I report back to Master Jean.
Oh, so you're heading back to headquarters? Well, good luck with the report.
I'll get going. Good luck, bye. Albedo is a nice character.
Wow, this Wimbloom Festival turned out to be a special one. It feels like we really made a difference. Oh, Paimon almost forgot. If the Wimbloom star has already been chosen, what is this year's Wimbloom gonna be?
Wanna take a guess?
Venti, you're back.
Well, I couldn't keep my two dear friend in the dark about this year's Windbloom. Now could I? What do you think of the Cecilia? It's quite fitting. I like it. The true feeling of the prodigal sun, our sentiment as sweet and warm as a gentle spring breeze, perfect for this season. For the season. Jatin, give me your time. Huh? The Mazes are very pleased that you and Albedo managed to pass their trial. Albedo received the material he sought, so you deserve something in return as well. Wants you to have this. It contains something entirely one of a kind, a secret of sort. When the time is right, it will reveal itself to you, so no need to open it right away.
Wow, a gift and a mystery all in one. The mages sure love their secrets, huh?
Yup. According to Sin, you're probably the only person who could make use of something like this, and so I suppose it belongs to you. Thanks. Well, all I did was deliver it, although I did go to great lengths during this whole ordeal. I suppose a reward for effort would be out of the question.
You've helped a lot, Venti. How about we treat you to a drink?
Of course. I'll hold you to that, not going back on your word.
Of course, Dad. Let's go to the tavern, right?
Music to my ears. I'm so happy I could fly. It's like the festival was made for me or something. When no love remains for the songs to tell, the world becomes not just an empty shell. Really sad fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free. Through shadows circled, he sought wisdom and toward, chasing a fragments the wind only knows. Thus wistful wound and faded into night as he stepped from the darkness and into the light. हम मिनी ड्यूरिन को देखेंगे नहीं देखेंगे क्या बात चल रही है भाई ड्यूरिन को तो दिखाओ Hey, let's go. बस we done. I wanna see. Can I go up now? या वो सिर्फ उस क्वेस्ट के लिए ऊपर जाने को दिया था.
Running late again.
Oh, I can go up. Julian, you here? Nope. What about this one?
Please be quiet.
Not here. Yep. Are we done? I think we are done. I don't like this quest भाई, इतनी ज़्यादा पसंद नहीं आई. Damn, there's a lot of attack.
Everyone hold hands.
Faster, stronger. Boost. Kapow! Yeah, skyward. Make way for the adept. Start the clock. Yeah. It's justice o'clock. Yeah.
बहुत ही weird करी मैंने अभी वो.
Headbutt. Kapow! Maximum power. Charge. Yeah. Charge. Yeah. Scatter. Skyward.
रेज़िन यूज करते और फिर स्ट्रीम बंद करते. अगर 3 घंटे नहीं होते ना तो मैं एक पहले का मैच खेल लूँगा. वी डोंट नो कि आगे कौन सा कैरेक्टर यूज करेगा, उसे तो रख लेते हैं.
Quick as a flash. Scatter.
Let's make her a little. Share my knowledge.
Let's move. Stray clouds converge. Yeah. Scatter. Headbutt. Well, now. Hey.
123 के.
Justice o'clock.
Whoa.
Time to roll.
Damn. Damn. That's a lot of damage.
Stronger. Yeah. Scatter. Skyward. Yeah. Start the clock. Yeah. Heads up. It's justice o'clock. Headbutt. It's justice o'clock. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Scatter. Skyward. Quick as a flash.
Committed to memory.
Damn. Damn.
Stronger. Let's play her a little. Make yourselves at home.
On my mark. Make way for the adeptus. Yeah. Skyward.
130 के.
Hey. Boost. Kapow. Hey. Look out below. Charge. Yeah. Skyward. Scatter.
Nice damage. एक कैरेक्टर चेंज किया और डैमेज इतना बढ़ गया भाई.
Hey.
Control breathing. Yeah. Yeah. Scatter. Skyward. Start the clock. Seize the skies. One fell swoop. Charge. Yeah. Heads up. Hey. Headbutt. Kapow. Yeah. Look out below. Charge. Volcano kablam.
भाई सोने जा रहा मैं, कल मिलता. गुड नाइट भाई. यूजुअल सी यू टुमारो. मैं भी बस बंद ही कर रहा हूँ. And last one.
Quick as a flash!
Yeah! Skyward!
On my mark!
Scatter!
Charge! Yeah! Kapow! Hi! Yeah! Sharing my knowledge!
Yeah! Scatter! Skyward! Yeah! Gray clouds converge! Yeah! Scatter!
Faster! Stronger! Heads up! Charge!
होता है बड़ा.
Down below! Hi!
Yeah! Scatter! Skyward!
कुछ प्रीमोज मिले, एक विश मिला है. लेट्स गो. चलो भाई, आई थिंक दैट इज इट फॉर टुडे भाई. ये तो हुआ कौन क्वेस्ट थी, उसके विंड रूम फेस्टिवल के लिए प्रॉब्ली एक और क्वेस्ट आएगी. हाँ, मोर प्रीमोज. लेट्स गो. सेविंग स्टार्ट होने वाली भाई मेरी. यो dazzling mysterious glittering crystal ball adorned with stars shaped gemstone bestowed as a reward for passing the hexagon circle's trial. According to the one who presented it, it is not something that an ordinary person can master. For now, the crystal ball lies dormant as though it were waiting for its perfect time to shine. Samdarsh, welcome to the stream. Leave it, bro. It won't work on the one watching. You know, bhai. It was only one watching. Now there's two watching. उससे पहले 4-5 देख रहे थे. चलो भाई, गुड नाइट गाइस. आज बस यही कहना था. अब मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट स्ट्रीम में. वी विल प्ले प्रोबेबली वैलोरेंट, क्योंकि पेपर एक लास्ट पेपर बचा है. कल के बाद परसों, उसके बाद फिर स्टार्ट करेंगे भाई स्टोरी गेम्स. टिल देन गुड बाय गाइस, गुड नाइट.